Yo, it's your boy HUN Tizzy and we're back again. It's the Golden Era UK Rap Podcast. Can I get a round of applause? Hey, there's not a lot of noise today, but there's a reason for that because it's like one of them ones where, you get me, like we're just going to go back into the time machine and we're just going to jump out and where we land is where we land. And we got someone very like important to kind of go on that mission with. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is series 4. Let me big up everyone that I need to big up because that's my normal procedure. So firstly, I like to big up GCP, Consume London. You see the stuff? Consume London, big them up. No Invite, yeah. Where are they? And Wagwan. You done now? Wagwan. Yeah. All right, you lots, like, subscribe, you know, like all of that algorithm nonsense. Like, I don't really understand it, but I know it's what every other podcast says.
That's what you got to do, yeah.
What you got to do to get your thing out there, you know what I'm saying? And leave some comments and just spread the link, man. Share some love, you get me? So, like, yeah, like I was saying before, this is series 4, so you know that we're established in this thing. Like, it's like we're collecting Pokemons out here, fam. Like, man's getting the rare ones as well. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. People that you can't even contact these people certain times. You know them ones? I'm pulling in my old school favors and from my time in the golden era. That's why I'm eligible to do what I do. You get me? Like a historian. So there's always names and there's always people that we get asked for. Hun, why don't you get this person? Why don't you get that person? But I know it's all timing. It's all timing. Maybe they haven't seen it yet. Maybe they're doing other things in their life. Maybe they're not ready. But at some point, once they see how we give it up on the pod, do you get what I'm saying? They usually see, nah, you know what? Let me come through and get my flowers. You know them ones, like. So, like, yeah, we've been getting rappers, we've been getting producers, all sorts of people from all different walks of the golden era. But I feel like it's time that we sent for someone that was, like, to me, very integral in this. Do you understand? Like, in the visual side of things, like, you probably had to go through this person. Do you understand what I'm saying? One of the doors. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be seen and want to be known or even respected and taken seriously, you need to try and get on one of these channels. And these channels have certain people that you're going to have to talk to. So you better build up a relationship or take the long way and just do it on your own. Yeah. Which is feasible as well. So, like, yeah, because I don't even want to, like, waffle on because the people are going to get pissed off. Like, they can see you already. Do you know what I'm saying? They can see you already, cuz, so it don't even make sense me, like, keep talking. Without further ado, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
My name is Morgan Keyz.
Come on, cuz, like, legendary, man. Don't leave me hanging, cuz. Don't leave me. Oh, my God.
Bro. So the mic was like...
Don't leave me hanging, Morgs.
Nah, apologies, man. No, I appreciate it, bro. That's a cold intro, man.
Cuz it's not rehearsed. It's just
I know.
You know what I'm saying, cuz? It's not a rehearsed thing.
It's real shit.
It's like, yeah, everyone that comes on here, I feel like they're eligible and they were, like, stamped in that scene.
And people, I was saying to you off camera, people only come here, I feel like, because you've got that. Do you get me? They're not coming here to tell their status or their whatever legendary status that they like to just anyone. Yeah. Do you feel me? So it goes both ways.
Yeah, bro. Well, I feel like they know that I was there. So, like, I can...
But more than there, correlate. Bro. You was on the front line with the man them.
Yeah.
It was more than just being there, do you know what I'm saying?
You
was actually contributing to the music that we now see at the top of the charts today.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You're early version of that.
Yeah,
you get
most definitely. I believe so. But cuz we're here for you today, you know what I'm saying? So it's about bigging you up, you get me? So, like, yeah, where would I start normally? Normally, I would, like, you know what? I'm not even going to ask that one yet. I'm going to start it off, like, where are you from, cuz?
I'm from West London.
West London, yeah.
Or like my ethnicity or just where
or both, yeah.
So my mum's Canadian.
Oh shit.
And my dad's Czech, but he's British though.
Okay.
So his family date back to Czech Republic. So bit of everything, but I'm British, West London, born and raised, lived there still. Probably never gonna move.
Through and through, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just associate you lots with West London. with West London. You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing has always just been to push West London as well. Like even like subconsciously, I didn't even come in the game trying to do that. It's just I just push where I rep. Yeah. And I find artists where I'm from.
Around.
So I've always just pushed it.
Okay. Yeah. So cause like I normally ask people what school they went to. The reason why I ask that is because sometimes we find out like, oh, I went to school with this person. Firebars, one of the guests, he said, oh yeah, I went to school with Bashi.
Yeah, okay.
Like, but he just said it casual, like
so Northwest London, yeah?
I can't remember.
Bashi was around where I went.
But he said that he, you know, like, and Rugrat as well. Like, he said the people, I went to school with Paloma Faith.
Yeah, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? I went to school with Tug of War.
Cold.
I went to school with Ricky Blue.
Cold.
But I don't want to keep on saying it but that's why I asked the guests. So we can find out, like, just in case there was any other, you know, like you find out some schools were very talented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so funny enough, I went to Queen's Park Community School, which is in Kensal Rise, basically, so northwest London. Yeah. So where I live on West is the border of northwest and west.
Okay.
I'm W9. You cross the road, and you cross a couple streets, is NW8.
Okay.
I went to school in NW10. So Kensal Rise, Queen's Park Community School. The people that I went to school with was Ratlin was in my school.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like 2 years younger than me, I think. 2 or 3. And Taser Black.
Taser Black, okay.
Yeah, so Taser Black was like the year below me. And when I left to go college, I went to a college and I didn't like it, so I came back the year after. So we ended up being in the same year in sixth form because I was a year below, innit? Okay. So he was a year below me. But so I was closer with Taser in school. Yeah. And then Ratlin was young while I was a little bit older. So we didn't know each other, but I knew of him because he was obviously, he was a character.
Yeah. So like, these like links later on, they become handy. You get what I'm saying, innit? Like,
100%.
Sometimes it's about like, you know them ones, like you think, oh, this person's with this person. No, I know that man from, you understand, like we was doing stuff, or you understand, we went to the same youth centre or school or whatever, you get me? And it's how we kind of build up our links and stuff, innit?
100%.
Okay, right, that's mad interesting, innit? Because, all right, cool. So you see what, normally rappers come on, and they got like a mad name. And I have an assumption of how they got that name, but I usually let them tell it, and then I find out, nah, my name wasn't because of that, it was because of this, so that's mad. But with you, I feel like that's just your name, but I'm going to let you explain it just in case it has some, do you know what I'm saying, cuz?
What, do you think Morgan Keyz is my government?
It possibly could, but at the same time, it sounds like a name that's like, you know, like when you're, you see, like when you're like Billy Matthews or something, and you're just about to get signed or something, they say, nah, you're no longer Billy, you're Bill Keyz. You know what I'm saying, or something, or they give you a name like with a simple syllable, so it's everyone can say it. So you know them ones.
All right, cool. So my name isn't Morgan Keyz. My real name's Morgan. That's my real name. My surname I'm not gonna say, but it starts with a K.
Okay.
And how did it start? I was Keyz in school, so it was Keyz before it was Morgan Keyz.
Okay. And why?
So secondary school. Keyz? So I started tagging, like graffiti, and my tag was Keyz Man. Because, you know, back in the day, people used to throw a man on the end of the keys. But Keyz came from, actually, I feel like Keyz came from, at school, I was that guy that could kind of just pattern things. Yeah. So it was like you know where people call you by your surname, but then I didn't want to be called by my surname, so we came up with a different K word. Okay. For my name.
Yeah, like an abbreviation or like a...
Furthermore, when I was tagging, it was Keyzy, which was like short for my surname. Okay. So it's just like a adaptation, basically. Makes sense though, innit? But then it kind of just came to the point where I was like, I was that guy that could get discounts on things, or if you needed like different things in it, I was just the keys to a lot of things. Yeah. So it kind of like was a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, where I got the name, people started calling me it. And I became the name as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those names. It's like, someone else would choose that name. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? You would choose that name, and it's just like, you've got the name though. So so I was always Keyz. Anyone that calls me Keyz is
know.
old school. I know they're old school. They've known me for time. And then when I started directing, I didn't want to be Keyz. By that point, I wanted to be Morgan. I wanted people just to call me. I was a little bit older. I was like 21 or whatever, or a little bit before that. And so I just put the Morgan in front of the Keyz, and it just worked. And I just stuck with it. And once I started putting it on music videos, that was like my thing, just to put directed by Morgan Keyz on everything.
So what was you doing before? See, before you became like into doing videos, yeah? Would you say you was a graffiti artist or something?
Nah, I wouldn't say I was a graffiti artist. I used to just just as a troublemaking around London. It was part of what you did. If you rapped or you graffitied or you DJ'd or you played ball or whatever, innit? But I wouldn't say I was a graffiti artist because I never actually
see from your T-shirt.
Yeah, no,
and I've seen that sign bare places.
Yeah.
I've seen that. So
he's a legend.
When you start talking about the graffiti thing,
I'm into the scene. Like I'm into the scene. But you see, for me, yeah, I used to hang around with youths that they weren't on graffitiing because that's like doing crime for free. Like, well, I'm gonna go and get nicked.
Yeah.
For putting my name up and it's free. Like I was more around people selling weed and in their young ages, innit? So I never really took the graffiti thing seriously. Because when you do that, you start getting nicked. You start getting
caught on the bridge.
I was doing little things where I didn't even want to draw attention to myself by just graffitiing. So it was more like I was a graffiti artist at heart, and I like graffiti and I like art in general. Now as a fan, innit? But, yeah, no, I wouldn't say I wasn't like, I never got known for graffiti. Yeah. It was too bait for me. I didn't really understand it. Graffiti was more the kids that were like, they had nothing to lose, bruv. They were just out here, on like drinking, drugs, just living that street life, innit? Whereas me and my friends were always just a bit more about getting money.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. The graffiti thing, man would have been like climbing on bridges.
Yeah,
because the places where you see the graffiti is always like, raw. How did you get there?
Did you get there?
And like, how long did that take you to do? Was there people there? Nah, because you was there in the bloody crack of dawn. You know what I'm saying? Like they was there from like it's 6 a.m. or like some mad time, 4 a.m. doing mad graffiti.
100%. And when you hear a lot of them, like there's podcasts that I listen to where they a lot of them talk, and they talk about living in squats and living in like basically being homeless and having places in King's Cross where they live, and like so it was like street life, innit? Whereas I was like in bed at a certain time and like trying to rave and do that kind of stuff. So it was a little bit different, man. But I feel like even like I brought an element of it to the music video thing, like the way I tagged my name on every music video. Not everyone was doing that at the time, like and the same way that a graffiti artist might find a spot to get up and they see that as their mission that night, they're going to go boom, boom, boom. I was always looking at locations. I got this brain for locations where I'll walk past somewhere and I'll remember
in your own time.
Just when I'm walking, like I'll be walking and I'll see a location. I'll be like, that would be cold for a shot. Yeah. And I might just snap the picture in my head and just come back to it 6 years later or 6 months later or whenever I get the video I need. I think, that location. Yeah. I've got locations all around where I live, just where we could quickly go shoot a music video because I just know, innit?
Already know.
So it's almost like a graffiti artist in the sense of I'm looking for the spots. Yeah. But then I'm going to shoot a music video. Do you get me?
So what got you into like making music videos firstly? Because normally whenever I ask someone that, how can I say it? Like when they didn't rap, no. You see, like when I ask the other people, like for instance, like you're a videographer, that's what it would be classed as, So you see, like the person that did DVDs or the person that, like I get bare different people, Whenever I ask them, like, what was you doing before you was doing this? Guess what they say?
Rapping. I kind of feel like everyone that loves rap music, probably started wanting to rap, innit? And then for whatever reasons they didn't. I didn't really want to rap though. Well, why did I do music videos? Basically, when I was a kid, my dad used to be around a what would you call it? Like a independent film production company, I guess, but it was more like a community thing to like bring kids through and teach them how to make film. And I was young. I was too young to get involved, but I was around it. So I already had an idea that, right, you can just go get a camera, make a film. Like people were filming in the local estate and then with special effects blowing up the estate and like mad stuff for the time, innit? This is like in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like, it was a proper sick community thing where if you was serious about the film, they would teach you how to do certain things. And it wasn't like computer graphics in the sense of like how it is now where they could just explode a building in the computer. They would like film water or like ink pouring into water so it like explodes. Yeah. And then they put that into the computer and make that look like the explosion. So it was a different, when I say it's like, not how it is today, but I was definitely aware at a young age that anyone could make a film. It wasn't like alien to me. Yeah. And then my brother, my older brother, he went to study film at uni. So he was making little short films as well. So I was just always knew that was a possibility. And then when I got to secondary school, about 12, 13, I got Sky TV for the first time, and that gave me access to Channel U. Yeah. And
that's what the pod's based off, like them
yeah,
times.
Exactly. So MTV Base and that, and obviously the DVDs were out, Risky Roads and Practice Hours and the Grime DVDs more I was into. And Risky Channel Roads. U. So Channel U kind of like, I didn't even know that Biggins was making most of those videos, but he was like my inspiration before I even knew who was shooting them. But like Kano, P's and Q's, all these videos were like, yo, it's the first time I'm seeing
Skies and stuff. Like there's bare videos he did. Yeah. And at the time, I don't think I knew. I've learned from the pod because I've had to do research, and it's like, my gosh, my man's like, I found his channel. I found his channel, and it's like a gold mine of like, wow, him like. Mental, you know what I'm saying? And then when some of the people that's come on, they always like usually shout him out for what, you know, them ones. I've come to find that he did a lot of stuff for people.
He did a lot still.
Like,
he did a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So what, he was one of your inspirations?
Yeah, so he was an inspiration just before because he never even used to put his name on videos. So
that's why we don't know.
I just knew that Kano, I know who Kano is because I've got Boys Love Girls and all these tunes, and he's got a cold video and it's shot well, and like, so that was like where I guess I started to fall in love with UK music, grime, rap and all of that. But then I never wanted to rap, and I did try my hand at DJing, and I never really got into it.
DJ Keyz?
Nah, I didn't even get that far.
Oh,
like I just tried it. Like I just wanted to be involved in it. So, but I never felt like I wanted to rap.
What DJ though, like? Grime DJ.
What would it have been when I was buying records? It was like early grime,
garage or something.
Nah, garage, but like Heartless Crew, and what would be a garage tune? Nah, really, it was more grime because the first record I bought was No We. Pay As You Go. So that's early grime. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like garage crossing over into grime, innit? So that's what I was buying and DJing, but more I was just doing that. That never became like a thing I wanted to do. That just I had decks, so I liked doing it in my room, playing tunes and that. Then when I got obsessed with music videos was when I had the music video channels, and I was just watching those. Yeah. I didn't want to watch anything else when I got home. That was it.
But you was watching them for the art of it. The people and the art.
I just loved the music. And it had visuals to the music we listened to.
I feel like you were seeing the visuals differently, whereas I was just watching it because that person was spitting hot. You know, like...
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I probably
That's
was.
The difference between... I'm watching the rapper because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, look at these lyrics, or you know what I'm saying, innit? And you're watching it, like, it feels like you're watching it because... Obviously, the music, that's what's drawed you there, but you're still saying, like, wow, that shot is sick. I'm not even... I don't think I cared once about... Obviously, if... You know what I'm saying? Because like the shot would, if it looked like you had money in the shot, then it's great. It get me. If it looked like it's the man, then it's equally as great. It doesn't matter. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100. But then again, a lot of the videos weren't great.
No,
And I kind of knew that as well, but we didn't mind because it was ours, innit? And it was part of it, innit? So that's when that's when I like decided I wanted to shoot music videos. That was when I was about, I want to say 14. And realistically, I didn't really shoot one until I was about 21.
Oh shit.
But in my head, I was like, at 14, I wanted to shoot like a Kano video or a JME video or an NDubs video. That was like the 3 artists that I was like, yo, if I could shoot videos for these, that would be cold. And that was like kind of out of my, that didn't feel real. Yeah. That felt like, how the fuck would I even ever do that? But it would be cold.
It would be cold, innit? Have you even done one video yet? And like at this time, you see, like when you're thinking of this.
Nah, I ain't done a video at all. I wouldn't really even know where to start. I wouldn't know where to edit. I didn't have a camera. It was just a vision. It was just a vision still. And I didn't get a camera until I got a camera about 3 years later. And I bought like a proper, so basically I got
what camera was this, guys?
I got a Sony FX1, which is like one of the big Sonys, the old school ones. Like it doesn't go. It doesn't go on the thing. It's like handheld like that. It was the ones that came in just before the Canons.
Okay.
Like it was the camera to have just before the Canons, and this was the first. You
can still hold it like that, though, innit?
You could if you wanted to. It's not. It's unnecessary though. Yeah.
Or you can hold it like that, innit? You can.
Yeah, it's more like that.
I think I remember them.
I was gonna bring it today, furthermore, because it's actually the camera. I've still got it, and it's the camera that like introduced me and Jamal to each other.
Okay.
So, but I got the camera by. At the time, basically, I just asked I was just asked my mum to try to get it for me, and my mum bought it, and then my dad paid her back. Me and my dad paid her back.
Okay.
Over weeks, kind of thing. And that was, then I sat on that camera for time. I didn't even really shoot. I shot some stuff, and I didn't know how to edit.
What was your first, like, do you remember?
The first thing I ever shot?
Yeah.
It was with what, that I finished editing or that I didn't finish editing?
Both. First thing you shot and then the first thing you completed.
The first thing I shot was for an artist called Psycho Logic, and I went to school with him, and he was.
You didn't big him up at the beginning when I was talking about the school soul, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what?
He never went on to do that.
You might have to cut this bit out still.
I'll big him up. You got to big him up, innit? But
no, big up Psycho, big up Psycho.
The
reason I didn't mention Psycho is because I don't think Psycho has gone on to become Psycho, who, if I said his name, you would know who I'm talking about. Okay. He's gone on to do stuff. If you said his name,
the people at home, must
some
be
people that know me and from the ends will definitely 100% know who Psycho Logic is. Yeah, 100%. He was like, to be fair, at the time, there wasn't really no one popping in West except for SLK. And then Psycho Logic.
SLK, what's that like? That's Flirter D and stuff.
Flirter, Scraps, Van Damage.
Yeah.
Them, man. Slaughter Kids, SLK.
Okay.
That was like a Northwest thing. And then West, there was music.
That was grime, though, innit?
Yeah. And then West, there was Musical Mob, which was. I don't even want to say names and get it wrong, but Rugrat and that was in that.
Okay.
He went to SLK after, but he was in a Musical Mob originally, and Psycho was in Younger Musical Mob. You know how they always used to have a Younger. So he was like doing his thing, and his tunes were cold, to be fair. So I shot something for him, and then I didn't even know how to edit it. You know, like that. I just went and shot. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
It just never came out eventually. And the first thing I shot that came out, was probably Skits. You know Skits? Skits. Yeah. The Filipino guy.
Skits. Yeah.
Guy.
From Filthy Fellas.
Filthy Fellas, exactly. So Skits is from the ends.
Yeah.
And he was doing music. And that was the first video I shot. That I just sat in front of a computer.
Know that? Does he even know?
I think he does. He definitely knows it's like one of the first.
Okay.
For sure. But so by this time, I'm like 20, I want to say, yeah. And I'm getting involved, so I'm going pirate radio. I know people. I'm in and around, and then so there was like a few little crews that were coming up, and then
what stations? Give them some like
Laylo FM, Get Grime, which was like a I feel like that might have been an internet more than a pirate radio, but Laylo was pirate. Yeah, more so those two. And I was in and around crews and that, so people spitting, and then a few people left their crews around the same time the movement started. Yeah, with Get Scorcher, Wretch, and all that. Yeah, and Merkston. They were from different crews, so they formed the movement, innit? So we kind of in that time, we basically formed a movement, and different people left their crews and started a crew. We called it Keyz to the Game because I already had that name flying around. And that's when I started really shooting, and then I just taught myself how to edit, man. I just sat in front of the computer one night and just didn't finish until I had figured it out. Yeah.
You see all these people that you came to the Keyz to the Game,
Yeah.
Where have they come from? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? For them to come to for you to join Real Madrid, you have to be from, do you know what I'm saying, cuz? Like, you have to be from here, like, you're the star of that team, star of that team, star of that team, for you to become, do you understand?
So what do you mean? Where did they come from?
Yeah, like, what was they doing?
They was all spitting.
They was
all rappers, and I was a cameraman. So we was basically
and who was the
copying
rappers?
the movement, because the movement had Risky. Remember, he done Risky Roads, but then he was the movement's cameraman. So makes really, sense. It's a thing, probably a thing where I'm the only one in the ends with a camera. Worth using. Rashid, Jamal, everyone at the time wants to use the camera. So the camera's known. Like
it's like a known thing.
It's
that
like
Morgan.
It's like a 16 bills camera, innit? And at the time, I'm a teenager. It's not like we're all teenagers. It's like that's a big deal, innit?
So word on the streets is that Morgan's got this camera. Like, we need to like link him, get a video done.
It kind of we became friends. We just started hanging out. It was me. Do you know Catchum? You know Catchum, innit? Ash Catchum. He was in.
I've heard the name. Yeah.
The Moroccan guy in Top Boy. He's the one of the plugs.
Okay, I think
so. He was in it. Then his brethren 141 Skits was in it. I know him by a different name. Daniel. No, what's Daniel go by?
Can't just be Daniel. You can't just be Daniel.
Why is my mind all over the place right now? Savage Dan.
Savage Dan. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Savage Dan was spitting.
For real?
Cool. So Keyz to the Game, was me. K2G Keyz to the Game was me. Savage Dan, but he was called Eno. He was spitting. He was called Eno. We called him Scum. That's why I couldn't think of his name, because I call him Scum.
You don't want to call a man that though, do you?
He called himself it, bro. Skits. There was a guy called Smart Kid who kind of joined for a second. It didn't really. He wasn't really part of the friendship group, so it kind of didn't happen. To be honest, K2G didn't even really ever happen. It was like an idea, it was a crew, and then we all went off and did our separate things. We didn't actually make anything happen of it. But I shot a couple videos for the man. Then that's when I actually learned how to shoot and edit.
You saying that's like how like Rashid wanted to use the camera and Jamal wanted to use the camera, innit?
Yeah, at different times they've reached out. Both reached out to me through different ways and wanted to borrow the camera, and so.
Is Sbtv running at this time?
Yeah,
it's just started.
They're just starting to get people like Black the Ripper and like Wretch, certain men that are actually like.
Was they filming straight away when they first started, or was
SB?
Yeah, was it filming straight away, or was it like wasn't it a website?
Nah, it was Jamal. It was a YouTube channel.
Yeah. That. Okay.
Jamal and his camera, just literally him filming,
just filming and
putting
stuff,
up
and
everything.
Yeah.
And
so
I was aware of it from the end.
Someone that you would have known about.
I was definitely aware of Smokey Bars because he was rapping as well.
Okay.
He was spitting, so he would have been on a similar kind of circuit as Get Grime and Laylo FM.
Yeah.
And but more that side of West. Acton's a bit further west than where we are. So yeah, that's when Rashid hit me up to borrow my camera, but the way he hit man up, I didn't know him, so I didn't lend it to him. And he was offended by it, and we kind of had one of them old school, give me your number, bro. Like, I remember we actually fell out. Me and Rashid will laugh about it now, but we fell out briefly just because I didn't lend him my camera. But I didn't know who he was. Like, it's an expensive camera.
What do you think you're gonna rob it or something? Can
yeah, bro. I don't know him.
Definitely, I don't know you.
I don't know him. So he was called Ice Cold Productions, bro. That's all
so
I knew.
He wasn't even LinkUp then.
Yeah, it weren't Link. LinkUp was just. It had bare different names. It was like he was a producer. Ice Cold Productions.
What? He was a producer?
Yeah, no, he was actually kind of cold. He was
making
doing like
beats,
the Dipset samples and mad shit,
right,
like more grime.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Rashid was a producer.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone was doing something before.
Yeah,
they was doing.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Innit? Like music brought you there, but you might have did this. It's not really cutting it. Do you get me? Do you move on and that?
100%.
So what? Okay, so what? And Jamal's.
So Jamal hit up Ash because they went college together in Ealing. And he was like, I'm shooting a video for Gigs and Skepta. And I want a better camera than my camera. Do you reckon Morgan would lend me the camera? Now, the way that the whole thing happened, I felt secure in lending man the camera because he went to my brethren. My brethren came to me. My brethren
like
co-signed him.
Co-signed his, like...
I was like, all right, cool. Worst case, anything happens, I got people I can turn to. It's not just like Rashid, or Ice Cold, who I don't know, innit?
Don't know.
From nowhere, from Northwest as well. I'm from West, bro. I don't know. Different ends, bro. So anyway, so I lent him the camera and he shot that legendary video, man. Gigs and Skepta. They're called Out There. Look out.
Okay, yeah.
Epic video. Mark Duggins in it and all that. But I wasn't even there. He just went and shot it. I lent him the camera.
Well, didn't you want to go? Like, just to...
Nah, do you know what? I don't know.
You know them ones like it could
I don't know.
Could have been an experience at the time.
Nah, it would have been still, but I didn't know Jamal, and I just felt I didn't ask. Like, I'm a bit like that, man. I don't necessarily ask. You got to invite me.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I know what you're saying.
But yeah, that's how me and Jamal met, realistically, and then after that,
he's brought back the camera, everything's good.
Yeah, everything's calm. The videos come out. These times, I'm not even really that active with the camera. I've shot a couple videos. Around this time, I shot a video for ASB. Do you know ASB?
Yeah, ASB, yeah.
Yeah, so I shot a video. That was probably the second video I did. And that was like
America. Well, he still goes now, but like he was heavily into America at the time as well.
I remember I just come back from New York one time. And
what years are we talking though, cuz? Give them a picture. This is like some
2009.
Okay.
Yeah. 2009 was my first. That was when I put out the ASB and the skits video. That was 2009. Okay. And those were the two videos I did that year. And they're on my YouTube channel. Even if you go on YouTube now, it says K2G videos. It's all me. Okay. And then the next video I did that came out was on Sbtv. And it was a FemFell video.
Yeah, but how comes? So how
that come about?
Yeah, how have you got elected to go?
So
Smoky Bars.
Do you know what? I've skipped a whole part of the story still. So I've met FemFell. No, I've met Mikey Trapstar. You know Trapstar Clothing, yeah. Early doors. This is like 08. And I was just looking for things to do with my camera.
So I was doing the pizza box.
Yeah, exactly. Early. The only way you could get Trapstar them times, you come in a pizza box and you had to have his number direct. And you'd call it like a pizza. They'd fly it to you. That's how it was. Okay. And it was like, these men are
basically... Is he from your ends, like?
He's from West, but he's from, he's more from like Shepherd's Bush and that kind of side of West. But them man were trapping. So it's like a group of them. They're actually trap stars. That's why it's always been covered in face. It's a secret. In the beginning, it was really like, we're trapping. But this is our new legal hustle, pizza boxes. So I've gone into a club. There's a club in West called Notting Hill Arts Club, which on a Thursday night had a night called Yo-Yo, which was like the first night in London. Marcus Nasty told me this actually. It was the first night in London that had no policy on the music. So it was like, as a DJ, you can play whatever. And there was no policy on dress code. So you could wear the dress code was no suits and no football shirts. But anything else you could wear. And this is like, bear in mind, this is 07, 08. This is like West End, you have to wear shoes, you have to be with
yeah,
girls,
yeah, I get what
like
you're saying,
you
yeah.
have to like this shit didn't exist other than house parties, innit?
House parties,
So
yeah.
I've gone into this rave in a tracksuit and I'm hearing grime play, rap play, UK rap,
Yeah.
everything, bro. Like drum and bass, dubstep, everything. And I just felt like, yo, I'm home. Like I didn't know anywhere. I don't ever have to go to the West End again.
Yeah.
Like, but then I started clocking people wearing these T-shirts that said, "It's a secret" on the back. So I'm like, right, like, what's this secret that I'm not involved in?
Yeah.
And I eventually asked someone, and they introduced me to Mikey. And that was basically once you get intro to Mikey through someone he knows,
Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
you get the number. You can wear trap now.
Yeah.
So the next week I got 2 T-shirts, and I'm wearing trap. And me and him just built a friendship. We were hanging every week and partying together, and he was just starting to branch out and do like pop-up shops and all of that. So I said, let me film it, innit? Let me just document it. So a lot of the early trap star stuff where they're doing their pop-up shops and the little bits of documentary pieces and all that was by me.
Okay.
And so that's how I met Femfel, because remember Blade Brown and Femfel were like the
Blade,
2 guys that
Blade was always
trap star.
Always. I thought he was his.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
I thought it was his at the time.
Do you see what I'm saying? And them 2 were from South, but they were wearing trap like they were from West. The only people wearing trap at that time was West man. So I met Fem through there, but obviously Femfel is like basically mentoring Jamal at the time. Because remember, Jamal's way into like getting the bigger rappers was through SN1 and Femfel and Gigs and all that. He was the first one shooting Gigs and all that. So I met Fem through Mikey Trapstar. He was already mentoring Jamal. I had already lent Jamal the camera. So we're all just a friendship group. We just don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
And then at one of the Trapstar events, I had my camera, I was shooting, and Fem was like, "Can we just go shoot a music video? I got this tune that Jamal wants to put out. Can we just shoot it?" Because he was already trying to link me and Jamal together, but I was trying to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I had K2G. I was like,
keys to the game.
he's got Sbtv, I got K2G. Like I'm gonna do my thing. He's gonna do his. And Fem was like, "Bro, you man should just link up. You don't even understand, bro. He like Jamal needs more people. He needs to expand. You're the guy, bro." And it took him a while to convince me still. Man was putting me and Jamal on conversations together, like really trying to make it happen, you know, to the point where in the end, I said to him, I think Grind Daily was also just starting to come around, and like G Fresh and Sincere were on that heavy, and it had its own thing. So I was like, all right, cool. You keep doing what you're doing, interviews, freestyles, all of that. Let me just take care of the music videos, because I can tell you ain't got time for that. But the only thing that has to happen, there's no compromise, is everything I do has to say directed by Morgan Keyz on the front of it. Because if I put directed like by SB, everyone thinks that's you. Yeah. Because your name was SB. Obviously, he's transitioned and made Sbtv. But everyone knows him as SB. Yeah. So having just Sbtv to me weren't making sense. Yeah. So I was like,
you could just get lost in the matrix.
And Hype Williams always used to put his name on on videos. He's my favorite director. So I just copied that. I was like, Morgan Keyz. And that's when I came up with the name Morgan Keyz. Because it was just Keyz or Morgan before that.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Everything's tying in now.
So once I did that Femfel video and it came out on Sbtv.
What was the video? You remember?
It's called For My People.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find
it. Yeah. For My People. Yeah. That's the first proper video I did on SB. And then after that, I was locked in, bruv. Because there was like, suddenly there was just like
a million
bare work.
Bare work and stuff, innit?
And Jamal had bare work for man to go out and do. And I was basically doing 3 music videos for like 6 months until the point I did one for JAMAL and I did one for DEE in the same month. Or Newham Generals and Boy Better Know in the same month.
That's like
and for free. I did them both for free. And I was doing all videos for free. And then after that...
For how long, sorry?
I would say like...
See, when you said free, I thought you was going to say I did 3 videos every day for...
No, so I'm saying that's free as in like I was just going out and filming them, no payment. Like I was just getting my name known.
But what hollering at the people and saying, look, I want to film something for you, or they're...
A bit of both.
Yeah.
Just...
You got a graft and that you got to get out there, innit?
And then once I did the Boy Better Know one and It was actually Lazy, shout out Lazy, featuring Jammer and Frisco. So it's basically Boy Better Know. And then Newham Generals. Once I'd done those went off.
Yeah.
They were probably my first videos to do like 100K.
100K.
I want to say.
See, 100K them times. What was
Crazy.
that? That's equivalent of 1 million. Would you say that? Like, to me, it felt like for you to get 100K back then, you was actually the man.
Yeah. Because the only people that had the first 2 people that I remember getting 1 million was Ratlin, Messiah, and Squeaks. Big Squeako.
Big Squeako. Oh.
And those are both.
I've never even thought of it like that, but yeah,
I feel like they were, you know.
Yeah, Big Squeako was like very. Both of them songs was impactful at the time.
They were kind of viral before viral.
Yeah,
you get me.
They was what LinkUpTv and that.
They were both LinkUpTv. Funny enough, I don't know if there was any millions on SB yet. The Gigs and Skepta one probably did. Nah, but do you know what, bruv? Actually, I got videos that I done for gigs that are they've only touched the mill in the last couple of years. Yeah. Because it wasn't that time.
Yeah, it just wasn't that time. And people, all of the fans that man have gathered now, it's like not all of them was actually there for them to know about some of these hidden gems. You know what I'm saying? It's 100%. Just people like us that was actually there that could say, oh my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot about that one. Like,
and these tunes are hood classics, but they just haven't got 1 million views.
Yeah,
people were listening to them.
Yeah,
they weren't watching the videos.
We wasn't watching the video because there was no video. You just did a video. Well, maybe he did it on the DVD. Get me? And now that DVD has been put onto the internet, so that's why we're watching it. But really, we was watching it at home on the DVD. Or, you get what I'm saying? Exactly. Or we was playing the CD.
Yep.
Some people were powerful before the actual visuals. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep. And Bluetooth on phones.
Bluetooth, oh my days.
Even before Bluetooth, there was infrared, I swear.
That's what I'm saying.
You could put the phones, touch them together, innit?
Do you remember like I come in and we would have sound clashes. Yeah. We'd have sound clashes. So I'll come in with a new tune, like one of my boys sent me or something, and you'd be thinking, bro, how did you get that Marg's tune, or like that Gigs tune, or whatever tune, and you try and play your tune. In the end, we just go like this. Keep still, fam. You know them ones like you've all moved that. You've moved the phone and messed up the link and all that. Man's got to wait. Yeah, nah, you're not going, cuz like you got to stay until I get this tune, because I've got a whole area to go. I'm gonna go and link my brethrens over Soul, and when they hear this tune, they're gonna. Crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how people were. See what I'm saying? See, when you said that just made me have a big flashback. That's how people were powerful. It wasn't like we couldn't always get your music. It wasn't as accessible. It was like by phone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you'd be playing bare bangers on your phone.
But there were certain people that were viral by phone. Like N-Dubs went viral by infrared probably, or Bluetooth. Yeah. I don't know where it was. I feel like it might have even been infrared days.
A lot of people were big on the ringtones as well. Their tunes got turned in.
Yeah.
That was like the
Screw Fizzer used to be. People used to have his beats. Like he used to make beats before he was rapping. He was Screwface and Stimpy. But what was I saying? His beats used to be viral. Like I remember people used to get his beats sent to them just so they could have it as their ringtone or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Crazy times.
I would have a ringtone in it of the unique. That's why you need the tunes. Yeah. So man's phone can ring and it's like, rah, what tune's that? Like, yeah, fam. You know them ones like, yeah, my thing, fam. 100%. You ain't got this. A man's got what's called wait for you to send that. And I'm not even sending it to you today because I'm all cutting out the yard, fam. I'm cutting out. You got to wait. You can't get this, fam. I got to get the new bangers before I can release these kind of tunes, fam. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Okay, so like you're in Sbtv now.
Yeah.
We've decided, bam, Morgan Keyz has to go on every video. You know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah. Bam. So I just spent the next kind of five years, just shooting videos, bro. Like I remember I shot 2009, I shot those 2 music videos I told you about. 2010 was where I started Sbtv. I shot 30 videos that year. The next year I shot 90 videos.
Fucking hell.
And that was probably the most I've ever done in a year. So that was 2011.
2000. What would you say is Sbtv's hype? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the year when you said Jesus, like you didn't even know that we had this much work. You know what I'm saying? Like you did 30 one year, 90 and next year.
You know what? With Sbtv, I actually kind of kept quite separate from it all. So where I came in before it was even really a company, it was literally me and Jamal. We had our roles in it. So I was always the music video guy. He was always the freestyle guy. The only time we crossed over was when he was shooting an interview or an F64 because he needed 2 cameras. Okay. So I was running around doing that, but I was going straight back to just shooting music videos, and that's all I wanted to do. I didn't really want to be in the office, or like as it expanded, I didn't really want to be part of the team or even hired by them because I had my little pattern. It was I was basically like, I felt like I was basically like a shotter. Like I was able to build a connection, build a network of people that all hit me up, and in a day I'll go to a block in North or a block in South, and I'll pick up 3 bills. And I'll come home, or I might pick up 3. I might do 3 of those in a day. And have 9 bills, and so I just had my pattern going. It was clicking. I was good. And big up Jamal, because he actually never asked me for a penny.
Okay, so that was just like
that was like, that's for you. You're good. He gets the content, and he builds Sbtv.
Okay.
So obviously he's getting paid off the back end and whatever.
The longevity of
and just building.
Need to, like, so you don't feel like you're just filming videos on an empty belly.
Yeah. And realistically, it's easier for Jamal for the money to come from the artist than him, innit?
Yeah.
So
give and take, innit?
Like, that's how sense. It was just a brotherhood, man. It was like it was like unwritten rules. It was like give and take, like you said.
Yeah, it's like a give and take, innit? Like, so you can still eat.
But then obviously the company got bigger, and he started hiring people like the presenters and the cameramen, and it became a bigger company. By that time, at some point, there was like 10 or 11 of us, and we were all, I think I was the oldest, and I was like 23. Okay. There was like a team of 10 people under 23, 4.
But all like doing on this thing, like.
Yeah. But again, because I had the music video thing, because I was just doing that, everyone was doing their own thing, so I was just literally doing the music videos.
It makes sense why I met you first. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. That's kind of what.
But it makes sense why you would meet the rappers. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you was like out with the. You get what I'm saying?
I was on the front line, innit?
He was on the front line.
And Jamal liked that because it gave him the opportunity to become the Jamal Edwards, where he can fall back and he goes to certain. He goes to the events, and I go to the ends, basically. Yeah. And I liked it that way. I didn't want to be in events with him. Even I could tell that he didn't like being in the events and like all the mingling and the record label stuff. So I was like, yeah, man, I found where I fit in.
Because you got me, I think it was a warm-up sessions.
Okay.
And you said to me one time, like, yeah, Hunt, I'm going to do the warm-up sessions for you, yeah? No problem. Just link me at Shoreditch. And I went, and it's like, yeah, you just turned up. And I thought, oh, shit, he's come with Jamal. But I don't know Jamal. I know who he is, but I've never got to meet him. You understand what I'm saying, innit? So I remember you saying, yeah, Hunt, like, Jamal's going to film it. But I thought you was going to film it.
Right.
But either way, you know what I'm saying, innit? Like,
did it come out?
Of course it came out.
I can't remember. I got a terrible memory from that time still.
I remember I did it and I made sure it was a one-takers as well. Because in my head, like, this is an opportunity now. Like, okay, Morgan's bringing me to meet Jamal now. Like, you do the videos. Cool. But I want an F64, bro. Like, that's my aim. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? So now, I remember even talking to... This was the first time I met him. And I remember asking him, like, yeah, man, I want to try and get on the... Get me? Like, I need to get on the channel or whatever, And I remember him saying something along the lines like, yeah, it's not... You've got talent, though, Hunt. And that's what made me... That was our next thing. He knew who I was. Like, without... Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool.
And he was like, but you've got talent, though, so I don't think it matters where you go. It don't matter what state. You know, like, at first I thought, are you saying you don't want me on SBC?
Yeah.
But, like, in the bigger picture, I think, like, he was just saying, listen, you've got talent, yeah? Wherever you go, something's going to happen. Fact. It's just about the work you put in. Don't worry about, like, Sbtv blowing you up. You understand what I'm saying, innit? And I thought, like, maybe I could have... But, yeah, big up anyway. I just took it as a gem anyway. Do you know what I'm saying, innit?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I took it as a gem because I think in like them times I had already done stuff on UK Overstood, which was pretty much before like all of these other stations. Like that was who I was looking at. Like we was a lot of the people that was on the Sbtvs and on the LinkUps and all that. They had spent time on the UK Overstood or a mixtape, Media Massacre. They was on the Media Massacres. There was I feel like. No, I think Sbtv, but Sbtv was a little bit different though, if I'm honest.
That was more a website, no?
That was a website, and that was horrible. Like anyone could get on there, and you're gonna get dissed, no matter what.
But do you know what, bro? As much as like the arena that you go in to get dissed, yeah, that's where
everyone is
talking, and that's where everyone
so
is.
You kind of need
and
to.
You gotta just go firm it.
Go in there. Just go in there and just take it. Don't read the comments.
I remember any time I dropped anything, yeah, I just sent it to Spiff just because I just wanted it on there. Like I just wanted because I knew people are watching Spiff. Like and without
everyone's
a doubt,
watching
but
Spiff.
$4 daily came around, Spiff was the thing.
See Sbtv, yeah. You go on there. You don't even like send your stuff to them. But some people did, yeah. But more time, you just like get told, yeah, you're on Sbtv. You think, oh, fucking hell. You go there, the numbers are different from your YouTube because they got mad numbers. But anyone can sign in, and it doesn't have to be from your account. So it's not your name. It's bare trolls. That made sense. You know, like you could just like I used to go on there and type any name certain times. Nah, this is shit. You know what I'm saying, innit? So I could just imagine as a rapper, like people were doing it to me. Like in fact, you'd see people writing things about you, yeah, and you think, like, yeah, Hunt from the second floor. Like, you know, like bait ones, like you bait ones, like here goes Golden Dragon chip. You know, like chip shop. Like, yeah, you know me, you fucking idiot. You know them ones, like, and you're just messing around on the internet.
9 times out of 10, the haters are the closest people.
The closest people, the people you're with, they know everything about you.
Facts.
They go on the Sbtv and start writing shit. So I wanted to go on there, but I didn't want to go on there because I knew it could fuck up my day. You know what I'm saying, innit? But you need to be fickle in the music thing anyway. So, but yeah, Sbtv, that was big at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but what was I saying? Jamal.
Yeah.
I just took it as a gem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair. I can see why.
I just took it as a gem.
I can see why at the time and
like
whatnot.
You had bare people running through. You ain't got time for new people. So like, bam, don't worry about it, Hunt. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the freestyle.
But you was getting a warm up.
Yeah, I was getting the warm up. No, I was just like, I got the warm up, and I was more talking about just like, you know what I'm saying? Because them times I think Blacks, Squeaks, and Banks, they were more prominent. They had just come on the channel, if you get what I'm saying, and they was getting, you know what I'm saying, innit? They got the video. They had a video with Sincere. Do you understand what I'm saying, innit? Like, but I didn't make that track, not because I wasn't good enough, because I wasn't from like where they was talking about it. He's like an Izzy thing, Finsbury Park. So that's why they got brought. Like Hunt was from Stokey, from Hackney, I didn't make it. So, but I was around. So in my head, I'm thinking, shit, man, I need to get on the channel, fam, because that's where all the videos are.
I don't understand. You took it as a gem, but he's actually filming you for his channel.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So with Jamal, if I know Jamal, it was more. It's more. He's given like that. That was more like a bruv, you're good, bro.
You're good, man. Like, you're all right, man.
Go do your thing.
Go do your thing. You're all right.
We're shooting this.
Yeah.
You're gonna come back round. We're gonna do that other stuff. Like
don't
that.
like get consumed. With
the
Sbtv, like SBT. No,
that was always his message.
Do a LinkUpTv. That's what he probably meant. Go and do this. Go and do that. Go and do you, and then we'll buck up when.
100%.
Rebound.
I feel like that's what he meant, man.
No, I just took it as a gem anyway.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, and like, I get love on the video anyway. Like, in fact, I think A Squeezy, he did an advert, some Christmas advert, and that got put on the front. So, like, it had all of his fans.
Yeah. I remember those times.
It had all of his fans watching it.
That kind of pissed me off when we were doing them Christmas intros.
Yeah, it was a bit long still, don't get me wrong, but because it was A Squeezy at the time, it got played more, and then there was like, then I got all of the Hunt comments, so I was still cool with that anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big up Jamal, man.
Yeah, man, big him up. Get me, legendary in that, man. Sbtv movement was like legendary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you asked me about when Sbtv was in its biggest. I don't even know, you know. I want to say like 2011, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Feels like
and what's happening
everyone was on the channel, innit?
Okay,
like,
so give us some videos now, because remember you sent me the
list.
You sent me
the
stuff
list of what I shot.
Yeah, what you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2011, like it's popping. Everyone's watching it.
Sbtv, two videos that always stick out for me. Yeah,
Grime
the
Day.
Two videos. Whenever anyone asks me about videos, my videos, the two videos I always think of are Dappy, Tarzan.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was just different for me. Like that was the first time I'm filming someone in the charts.
Okay.
And also, remember at the beginning, I said I wanted to shoot an AandR's video.
Yeah.
When
so
I was a
you
youth
kind
man.
of got one of the.
So it's like I'm not even shooting videos, and I want to shoot a video. But now I'm actually shooting a hood video for Dappy, which to me is the best part of AandR's, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like on some rap shit.
Yeah.
On some
Tarzan as well, isn't it?
Do you see what I'm saying? It was like
talented like
it was a racks on racks beat. It was a proper freestyle. It was like some mixtape shit.
Okay.
So that was
it
called
Tarzan 1, innit?
Yeah.
So he probably wasn't thinking it's gonna be like the trilogy or because he's done more of them and that.
Yeah,
as well,
at the time, I don't
he's just
think
done a tune called Tarzan, innit? Like,
but it rang off in a way that I don't think anyone really could have expected. Like that was when, for me, things changed in the sense of like, I started getting called into record labels now.
Okay.
How do we do this for our rapper that we have? And this is times when I'm not even gonna mention names, but there was rappers that deals weren't around. The rappers that had deals didn't necessarily represent who should have the deal.
Yeah.
But it was like record labels would call me in now and go, well, how do we recreate this moment for our rapper? And my answer was like, Dappy's Dappy, bro.
Yeah.
To be real with you. Like me, it's kind of what Jamal said to you. It's kind of like, Sbtv, me, Jamal, but it's Dappy, bro.
It's not
you can't really recreate that for someone else.
Yeah.
You get me? So, but Dappy, Tarzan, and then Nine's Money on My Mind.
Okay.
Was a big one. But that wasn't the first one I done for Nines, but that was one that to this day, anywhere in the world, I can kind of, if I'm in America, they kind of seen it.
Yeah.
Like people have seen it.
Whose idea was it? Like for like the stuff in it, because these videos are always creative.
Everything's him,
and he's always walking. My brother said that to me the other day. He said, "Yeah, man. Like when we watched one of his newer videos, we saw him in the petrol station, and he's walking. And he's always looking. You know them ones like." And my brother just said it as a joke, like, but it's like, yeah, man, it's for real though. He's always walking in these videos, like he picks that, like.
Yeah, no, he does.
Like he picks that scene.
I remember Nina used to be like, he always used to like, he never liked a scene being on in too long, and he would always change things up. So it was like, that was where the walking came from, I think, because he could walk off camera and then walk in, and every scene was a new scene. He's wearing new drip. He's wearing different chains. He's got a mad bike in one. He's got a next Porsche in another. Like he was the first person to think
come
like
with that kind of.
And with Nina, he's one artist that really I've never all the times I've worked with him, it's been his idea. Okay. It's more like just, this is the idea, shoot it for me. I shot CR for him and Money on My Mind.
Money on My Mind, that's a banger though.
Yeah.
That's a bang. What's called? Wait, that's the one where it's got the Buzz Lightyear chain.
Yeah.
In it, and it's got
and he's got the yellow Aston Martin.
Yellow Aston Martin and that in it.
And after that video, that was when all the hustlers started hitting me up like, we want to outdo that. Like that was almost like he set a bar. Like DBE used to hit me up when they were rapping before they were doing the auto-tune thing. And essentially they didn't want to recreate the Nines video, but they just wanted to top it. They wanted to be better, younger, more money. Like that's just what they wanted. So they went and got, where Nines might have had 2 or 3 cars in Money on My Mind. We done a video where they had bare cars. Yeah. And they're like 18 with R8s driving around doing the mad thing. Yeah. But I kind of became the guy for those type of videos. Yeah. It's like everyone wanted to outdo each other, which was good for me, isn't it?
Good for you, isn't it? More, what's it called? Business and more works. You know what I'm saying, isn't it? Oh, that's crazy, cuz. That's crazy. But you see what, you know what? This is a thing that I wanted to ask you, You see, every channel, to me at the time, felt like they had their residents. You know what I'm saying?
As in artists?
Yeah. They're going to do a Sbtv video. You know what I'm saying? Or you usually see them on LinkUp, or usually see them on...
Yeah.
Who would you say was your residents?
At the time, Nines was.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever done nothing with LinkUp or GRM. Obviously, he done the Daily Dappy the other day, but like that's years later, innit?
Yeah.
Who was regular with me? Or just Sbtv, you mean?
Well, it's you that's filming it anyway, fam. So whether it's Keys to the Game or SB, it's It's you just gonna turn up in it.
Bro, my memory's so bad, you know. I might even have to look at that little list.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? But Nines was definitely there.
Nines was definitely like, once he started fucking with SB, he was SB only until he was on his own channel. Podgy Figures used to always come to man.
Yeah.
After he done, because he used to spend like 30, 40 on a video, like Channel U days.
Yeah.
And then he realized.
Do you mean say 30, 40, what?
K. Like his videos were mad back in the day.
30K.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Because
but
remember to do
he
a good.
has a forever ratings. Like
see,
people
like,
always rate him, so it makes sense because he's actually taken the music thing.
But you see, like he had videos that look like 50 Cent videos when no one had that in the UK.
Feasible.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So, but then he realized with Sbtv, when the internet came around, right, I can spend $5
spend
bills. Do you get me?
Hey, stop it.
Gigs. I done a couple for Gigs. He was kind of an SB resident for a bit, and then he went to GRM at one point. Who else? Young'un was heavy on the Sbtv early.
Yeah.
Young'un done a couple of his videos. Names are coming up. Do you know what? I'm looking at the list, yeah, and there's not that many repeats. Yeah. I've done a lot of Soros videos.
Soros. Listening.
Do you know what's fun?
Are you listening?
Soros is interesting, yeah, because I met Dre London through Soros. You know who Dre London is?
Not too sure.
Post Malone's manager.
Okay.
But he's from he's basically from Tulse Hill. Like he's a Southview, innit?
That's crazy though, isn't it?
And he was managing Soros. But when I was dealing with Soros, we shot a couple videos in America and I went out and linked Dre. But this is when Dre's just like, he's not managing Post, innit? He's out there doing his thing, bit of music, bit of whatever. And he's kind of around Max B and the Coke Boys and French Montana on this New York shit, but hustling before and trying to make the music thing happen with Soros in the UK. But then me and Soros flew out to America and we met and I built a relationship with Dre, which then became a good friendship. Like I was close to Dre. I was living in America with Dre for a bit, and when he actually discovered Post and all that, so that was a good experience for me just before I started management. So it's almost like he went into management and I went into management.
So, how long was you doing videos for?
09. I haven't stopped. I still do music videos, kind of, innit? But really, like, I started managing Western 2000 and Into came out 2015, I want to say. Yeah, it was 2015 it came out. So I kind of, Into was kind of the last video I actually shot where it was like, this is what I'm relying on. Yeah. Once Into came out.
Okay, so you thought, let me make the video as well, and now I can...
Do you know what? It's crazy. I basically got sick of shooting music videos.
Imagine that, your manager... Was you their manager at the time of filming the video?
They didn't have a manager. I was managing Louis, remember?
LOUIS REY, innit?
Yeah.
Because that's I'm saying...
We've skipped over that part.
We skipped over that, innit? But like...
So, all right, let me start there. So from like 2010, 11, I'm starting at SB. By 2011, I'm already managing artists because remember what I said, we had the keys to the game. That kind of fell through, but I still stuck with a few of the rappers. Yeah. So I was more just helping them, and it kind of became a management role. So I was managing Ash Ketchum and LOUIS REY, basically. I didn't even say it. Louis was in K2G in the beginning as well.
Okay.
LB, he was called.
LB.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, when you sent me a video to watch, but I think I've seen him before, but still, like, you're giving him a cosign, like, Hunt, LB, da-da-da. Yeah. And he had an Sbtv at the time.
He had a warm-up session. So that was Jamal shouted me one day and was like, bro, I heard LB's cold, like, let's do a warm-up session. I was like, do you know what, call him because he'd love that. So he just shouted him direct and made it all happen. Yeah. And it went off. It got like 100,000 views or whatever, which is crazy them times. But yeah, I was managing him and Ash Ketchum from like 2011 ish, 2012 ish. But again, music's my main music videos is my main focus. That's my bread. These man ain't really taking music serious.
Yeah.
Like, so when they got a tune or when they got something, cool, we lock in, we shoot a video, we put it out, I help you out. But you're not you're on the roads and you're doing something else, and I'm doing this, innit? Yeah. So by the time,
makes sense why you hollered at me and said I didn't know you was managing him at the time. Do you get what I'm saying? I thought you was just saying, check out this guy Hunt, man.
No, I used to send him around to the rappers that I rated because I just wanted people to understand rap, regardless of his clout or not at the time. You would know he's cold. Yeah, he can put words together. He's like you said it. He's like a dictionary, fam.
Yeah, he can kick it still. Could hang still.
But I just always knew he was cold. And we just kept working. But he was always he was semi-pro footballer and he was shotting. So music was the third thing. And I'm not gonna take music more seriously than you. So, but then when they made Into, Hailey and Akel made Into.
He was still LB. Yeah. Like when did he turn to like from LB back? Obviously Louis Rey's his name, innit? Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? When does he just let go of LB? Because, you know what I'm saying? I know both of them. Does that make sense?
When you'd done a tune with him...
he wasn't LB no more.
He was Louis Rey. Yeah, so that was just a conversation between me and him. Like, LB's just like a name that will just get lost. Nowadays, everyone's LB, LS, DT.
Bare like little...
Do you know what I'm saying? But back then, it was like, LB doesn't... When you type that in... Yeah. Pounds comes up. LBS is pounds, isn't it? Do you get me? It's like nothing came up. So, and his name's actually Louis Rey. So I was like, that's a cold name. It sounds like a jazz singer or something, bruv. So we had a convo and we just convinced. We worked it out together and he went with Louis Rey. But then so he was a feature on Into, because Into was I'm chatting shit. Into was Akel and Louis Rey featuring Hailey when it first came out.
Okay, what, have you put this together? Have you put them together?
Nah.
So they've just decided to...
Everyone's from West, innit?
Everyone's from West.
So, Louis and Akel know each other through Ak's older brothers. Louis knows them from the roads. Yeah. Ak is prominent West London artist anyway, A-Star from MDP. I don't know if that rings a bell, but people that know will know. And Hailey's just the younger cousin of Akel, who is a bad boy writer.
Bad boy singer as well.
But he wasn't trying to sing. He was just writing. So he was writing hooks. He just wanted to be a writer. So what Akel used to do...
Sorry to cut you, but someone told me he's from a family of singers.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know who told me that. No, someone that's in music.
He's in a music family.
His family are like, they like, all of them will be writing. You know, like, I don't know if that's true, but you know, like, I remember
near
at the time,
enough, innit?
You know, when you hear the myth of this person, like...
Near enough, like, I don't want to speak on people's families because I might not know everything, but as far as I know, his older brother's Progression, who like produces for Stormzy, Western, bare people,
It's in the lineage.
And Angel, obviously, remember Angel?
Yeah,
that's Akel's brother, innit?
Akel's brother.
So
I knew that.
So Hailey and Progression are brothers. Akel and Angel are brothers, but they're all cousins.
Okay.
But then their dads were in a band together.
See?
Do you get me? So it's all musical. Yeah. And all the to be fair, all the siblings that don't sing or don't actively do anything, they can and they have.
They can and they have.
It's just like that still.
Yeah, no, it makes sense what my friend was saying, but obviously he doesn't know it properly. But you know, he just said it's a family of artists.
Yeah, no, it is.
So everyone's just coming up with ideas and stuff. You know, like everyone's bouncing off of, not like everyone's teeth in ideas, but you know what I'm saying? Everyone's music's happening. And it makes sense because that's how music runs more time. That person that you think is the star has got bare other musicians around them or has come from a lineage of
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? Their 100%. Uncle was a singer or a drummer or do you get what I'm saying? Like you do videos, but before you did videos, you said that people in your family was doing films. Studying. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes sense why it would rub off on you in the long, maybe not now, but look down the line, look what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's even led to even management and stuff. You know what I'm saying, innit? So okay, you saying that they were he was a feature. So that tune, so you didn't have no. You know what I'm saying? Was they even Western then?
No, they wasn't Western. So let me just get this. Let me think about this. Louis and Akel know each other from the roads, basically. Or no, Louis knows Akel's older brothers. So they all kind of know each other from the roads. Obviously, Ak was in jail for a minute. So they didn't know each other like that because he was in jail. Hailey is just coming up. He's like 17 or 18. Just growing up, and he's writing for Akel. He's helping Akel write hooks and make music. Akel is doing the sly one of like, yeah, can you just record that hook for me so I know how to sing it? And then he's just leaving him on it because he knows he's cold, but he doesn't want to be. Do you get me? So that's kind of happening, and then Akel was doing a mixtape, and him and with Hailey, but Hailey was producing it and he was rapping. They've hollered Louis for a feature. So Louis's done a tune with Ak first, and then Hailey eventually at some point has done a song, and he's put Louis on it, Screw Fizzer on it, and Swift from Section Boys on it. That's technically might be the first Western song.
Okay.
But I shot the video for that. So it's all kind of forming, innit? They're forming, they're in the studio together, they're getting on. And then I wasn't there, but they've recorded into at Savage Dan's studio. I was living in LA at the time, furthermore. And Louis sent it to me and was like, what do you think of this? And I played it. Funny enough, it was daytime. I was with Dre. Do you know what? I'm just going to tell the whole story because it's a bit of a mad story. So I told you Dre's in New York with French Montana and man, innit? Coke Boys, that time.
Max B and that.
So at some point, I've become friends with Dre. I've flown out to go and live in New York for a bit with him, innit? Because I'm fed up of music videos. I'm fed up of London. I'm fed up of... I just need a change of some kind. I don't know. So I was like, cool. I had a little stack just that I had saved from videos. Not much, but like enough to know I was good for a month or two. And I just flew out to New York with Deneo, funny enough, because he was falling out with someone over some publishing. I was falling out with someone over £100 for a music video or something dumb. And both of us was like, I bet this don't happen in America. Of course it does, innit?
Of course it does.
We were just like, I bet it don't happen. I bet they don't.
Yeah.
If they're beefing, it's over 10 racks. Not a bill. Like, I'm literally beefing with someone, because they've needed another day shooting, and I've come out with a broken hand to shoot on a day where it was not. I just wanted a bill just for the thank you, bro. Just and he wasn't like. They were like, nah, I've already paid you the $350 for the whole video, and I'm like, bro, it's an extra day. And I was just like, I was just in a place where I was just chatting to Dre, and Dre was like, America's fucking sick, bro. Come out, like. So me and Deneo flew out there, linked Dre at his house in New York, and he literally that night he was like, do you know what? I'm going to LA tomorrow. I was like, so why did you tell man to come out, blood? And he was like, nah, come with me, innit? It's crazy out there. I've met this new artist. Like he had. I don't want to say too much of his stuff, but you can imagine what he was doing from LA at that time when he's doing his thing in New York. So he's sending stuff and whatever. He's like, just come to LA with man, and you'll see the pattern kind of thing, innit? So we've gone out there, and I've met Post Malone. Like he's making music. I'm hearing the music. I'm knowing it's crazy. He's not released nothing. I don't know. There's nothing to say this guy will release a song and become anything. He's just another. But then he released his first song and became Post Malone. But we all knew, innit?
You knew that you had something good.
We knew, like, I don't know, I can't, like, there was, like, me and his producer were talking about this guy can be, like, the Justin Bieber of rap music. Like, he can be the biggest thing, but with no real guarantee of anything. Obviously, when White Iverson's come out, popped off. So that's when Dre's kind of fully started managing him, So I'm running around with Dre, the manager. French Montana's in LA at the time because these times he was just starting to go out with Khloe Kardashian. So he's moving to LA. He's kind of becoming the worldwide French Montana, as opposed to the mixtape French Montana. You get me? So him and Dre being in LA. I remember we was driving around and we heard, French Montana's like doing an appearance at a club or something. So he was like, oh, he's in LA. Shouted him. That night went to a music video with French. Me, Dre, and Deneo. And we spent the next month or two just around that, like, going to his house. He had a mansion with 4 floors and an elevator and like all his crew living in there. Like, it was nuts. And we were just like hanging around, bro. That's in LA. You go around to any one famous person's house, there's a bunch of people hanging around more time, innit? We was those people, innit? It was producers, it was like friends, it was gal, it was some days it was Rob Kardashian, it was mad. Anyway, I'm going off on one, but I was driving around. So French had this mansion, and then he had like some shows to do in New York. So he was cutting out of LA for 4 days, and he was changing house in those 4 days. So when he came back to LA, he was going to be in a new crib, but he didn't. He had his cars there, innit? So he's like to Dre, "Can you take my cars for 4 days, innit?" So that we had a Rolls Royce Wraith and a mad Jeep, like kitted out mad Jeep. And so for 4 days, me and Dre were running around in the Rolls Royce, innit? It was like around LA. It was just fun, like. And that was when Louis sent me into. So I remember it so perfectly. He sent me into, seen it, and we're in the Rolls Royce, and the sun's shining. So we played it, and it's the first time Dre has liked anything UK I've played.
Okay.
Obviously, he managed Soros. He's not against the UK, but he's a little bit anti. He's like critical. Yeah. Like he thinks America's it. Now he speaks with an English accent and that. Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
But he was long fed up of the UK. Yeah. 8 years before me, he left. Yeah. Like he was like the UK. He was trying to get Soros to come out and work out there, kind of thing, innit? So anyway, so he's not told me to turn it off. He said, "Who is this? This is hard." I knew straight away, we're onto something. So that was 2014. And then 2015, probably about 4 or 5 months later, I'm still in LA with Dre. My stack's running out now. My flight is in 2 days back to the UK, but I'm being told, like, follow man around America with post, like, and something in me said, that's not man's destiny. Yeah. My destiny's back in the UK, and I didn't feel like that 6 months before. Yeah. So I was like, do you know what, bro? I got no peas. I'm running out of peas. He's like, you're good. We're making money. Like, you're good. Like, cool. I ain't got no peas. Yeah. And my flight's in 2 days. I'm gonna go back, and worst case, I'm gonna come back, innit? Give me a week or two. I'm gonna see my family or whatever. So I've flown back, and basically not gone back, innit? Like Into came out, we created Western, we came up with the name Western, we made Western.
Whose idea was it?
I came up with Western.
Yeah, because you're West through and through.
Yeah, I came up with Western, but we had a lot of different names. Like we was going through names, all different, bare different names.
Like what? Give us some.
I can't even think, you know. Westway was one. Like, you know, like the Westway.
West was always going to be in this.
Was it always West?
Remember, you said subconsciously you was pushing all of the West artists.
Yeah, I was trying to do all-star rhythms with all bare West artists. Yeah. For years, and it was just politics. And West always beefed. It was never like, it was never easy to do. So, yeah, Western came from, it's West's turn. But also in the ends, we've always said we're from the Western. Like, man's from the Wild West. It's a Western. Yeah, like, we've always been like that. We've always referred to the ends as, where you from, Western. Yeah. But then we just thought, fuck it, we're going to own it. And we're going to make it the West turn. And really, Axe from Shepherd's Bush, Louis from Mozart, and Hailey's from Fulham, all three of those ends don't get on. At the time, Bush and Zart are beefing. Yeah. So it was like pulling it all together and just saying it's the West term,
unify.
fam. And after when Into came out, like the vibe in West was just like everyone just started rapping again. Everyone started getting back on music. Like everyone was like, rah, someone from West has actually popped off. Because remember, the West was never it.
Yeah, it's not even that it was never it. It's just that, like, when I think of West, I always say rappers, and then the man says, "Nah, man, they're from Northwest." It's like, okay, because you know what I'm saying, innit? Like, it's like, you don't say, when you say someone's from South, they're just from South. So it doesn't matter if they're Southeast or Southwest. To us, it's South. But if you're from West, it's mad. Like, it's like you're battling with the Northwest rappers. Like, if you get what I'm saying, innit? And they would seem to have been. For me, it felt like they were more predominant at the time in rap. Maybe the West, man, for me, were probably doing grime. Were doing other music. I didn't know too much of the actual rappers. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? So, yeah, when that came out, and even then, I still looked at it like this is sick, yeah, but they're able to do commercial tracks. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? Like, tracks that can still resonate with us in the hood, but that can go on the radio. That can be, like, get me? It can
That
be
was
treated,
always our thing. That was like
treated like...
That was our thing. I came up studying like Irv Gotti and them, man, as producer. Like I always wanted to know who like when I'm watching a Jay-Z video, I wanted to know who Dame Dash was.
Yeah.
Like looks like a rapper, but he's not a rapper. Like who's Irv Gotti? And I used to like Irv Gotti's whole thing was always like, I'm gonna make bangers for the hood, but these are for pop radio. They can cross over. They can go on. They can go on R&B radio, rap radio, and pop radio because we got Ja Rule, J-Lo, and a Bad Boy beat.
Yeah.
So like that was always my thing.
He's always connecting up different people from different worlds, so we can get into each of them worlds.
Exactly, and then Progression, obviously, Haile's brother, is like one of the most musical, talented people that I've ever met in it, and he's like, so we had him, so he was like the fourth member of Western without being, he's just off camera, he's the producer. So from everything from Into to their latest stuff, he's not produced everything, but he's produced 80% of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had a formula.
He knows
and it was like, we're gonna keep hitting them with the formula. And also when we signed Into to a major record label.
Okay, what label was that?
Atlantic.
Okay.
Yeah, we signed to Twin.
But you've told me that you was going into meetings and stuff, innit?
So I was already in record labels as a music video director, but I was trying to be taken seriously as like someone that knew music, like not just a visual guy. And I kind of always wanted an AandR job. I used to go link Benny Scars at Island and like sit with him and just try and like get offered a job or just get some info on how to even get a job, like. And I never really got taken seriously in that sense until Into came out, and then suddenly everyone's offering me an AandR job. But it's because Into actually opened a floodgate of like, okay, now like a Notes Addison Lee can come through. Now like a J Hus Lena Bop can come through. Now like a this was way later, but like Rams Barking can come through. Remember, before Into came out, the only songs from our world that was popping was German Whip a few years before.
Meridian Dan, innit?
Yeah, Meridian Dan. Skepta, That's Not Me, which is grime. Yeah. And that is going back to the essence of grime as well.
Yeah.
And then JME and Gigs, Man Don't Care About. That's not rap. That's grime.
That feels like a grime track.
Do you see it?
It's a banger,
so it's like,
but it feels like a grime track, innit?
Grime, innit? Grime is heavy. I remember when Western first came out, they were going on bookings with like all grime acts and Section Boys and then Western. And it never made sense. No one else was making music like that. But once that came out and went top 4 in the charts, every record label wanted an urban AandR.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Do you get it? So I was one of the first people to get an AandR job at Sony at the time.
I'm saying I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you was...
I've had like 3 AandR jobs.
I thought you was like, do the videos, manager. But you're saying there's like more feathers to the hat, fam.
Yeah.
You did AandR, yeah? You was an AandR.
I did AandR in, but every single situation I AandR'd kind of didn't work out.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, how's it work? Because I have an idea, but I've never done it, and I've never seen it being done. So you know what I'm saying? For the people at home, they should know, but for those that don't, what is an A&R? How would you like? What's your role?
So
Artists
it's
and
you're
repertoire.
you're looking after the artists and you're looking after their repertoire. So you're looking after their music and the way that everything looks. And so you're basically the person at the record label who, if you're the rapper, and Big Boss is the boss of Atlantic, I'm the man that comes to find you, brings you to him, but also when you leave, tells him, listen, culturally, this is the guy, this is what we need to be doing, like this, and hopefully he trusts you and lets you sign who you want to sign and do what you want to do. But then the record labels, that's a different story for a different day, but they don't tend to do that, innit? But essentially, A&R is everything, like, you're there from the scouting the talent to putting out the music, and building their catalogue, basically. Just helping it through. So Twin, for example, as A&R Stormzy through the first album all the way till now. And through different record labels. He was originally at Atlantic, now he's at Def Jam.
Would you give the rapper beats? Would you be telling the rapper?
Part of
you'd be telling the rapper what kind of beats he should be trying to jump on now.
Yeah, it depends on the artist, innit? Some artists don't want to hear what sort of beat to jump on, innit? Some artists want you to help them. It depends as an A&R whether they trust you as well, because certain A&R's ears are cold. Like, you should listen to them, or at least try what they're saying. And some artists don't want to hear from an A&R on how to create. They just want to like
their music.
Just put out my music, bro. Help me put it out. Like, I don't want you to bring me beats. I don't want you to tell me to go change things. But in an ideal world, as an A&R, you're trusted and listened to help make the music better, innit?
Yeah.
So like, it might be hooking up a session between Show and Prove and Western, for example. It might be that. It might be, or it might be hearing 6 songs that come back from 2 sessions and going, this is the one. Or this is the one, but you need to change the drums a little bit. We can make this sound a little grimier if we do this, or a little more pop if we do that. And like, understanding the music.
The game as well.
So in an ideal world, if an A&R gets to fully do his job, it's like going to the shows, listening to the radio, finding the artist before anyone else, bringing them to the record label, convincing them to sign to the label, convincing the boss to sign them. Once you get past that, now you're basically the artist A&R. And essentially you do whatever they need. So it's like, if they need beats, if they need sessions, we'll source that. I know I can call all the producers, I can hook up this session, I can get you studios, I can do this, I can do that. They kind of control your budget at the label, which is put into like creating the music. So studio sessions, all of that.
In that case, you would want an A&R. You know, like sorting out maybe not the beats, but then again, if they have links to good producers, then like, let them do their work, innit? Like, get the beats. And
every artist is so different. It's really it's really different. It's like every artist works differently. Some artists want to be in sessions with producers making a song. Some artists just want a beat pack sent to them, and they want to work from their Airbnb in the countryside or whatever it is. Like, everyone's different. So that's part of being an A&R, is like seeing the talent, understanding the talent, what it can be, and nurturing it. Basically.
Okay. So what, you've had a number? Was it number 4? You said.
Into went number 4, but I always say that Streets knows it was number 1, innit? Because it was like banger, it was like Adele, Coldplay, and the winner of X Factor above us that week. And it's like, Streets knows that was a number 1, innit?
Come on, man.
In the beginning of the week, we went in with like 12,000 pre-sales, and we were number 1 midweek. But then obviously Adele,
and they've caught up, and by the time it's time to check in the tally, you know what I'm saying, innit? So what did you do after that? Like, what tracks came after that?
We
'cause now they're hot. Like, could they believe? Do you know what I'm saying? They wasn't signed before they did that track, was they?
No, they wasn't signed before.
So that's what's prompted them, like, yo, take it seriously, Western. You know what I'm saying, innit? Like,
to be fair, we put out that song on LinkUpTv. We didn't even put it on streaming. These times we didn't really know the power of streaming. So we just put it on LinkUpTv, the video that we shot for £150. Really,
you shot it? Didn't you shoot it?
I shot it, yeah, but I got like a little bit of equipment and a cameraman, and I gave him 150. I said to them, just give me 150, and I gave it to my camera guy.
Well, you don't even want to film videos no more?
No, at that time I was starting to direct, because remember, a director isn't meant to hold the camera. The fact that I used to go around holding a camera, directing it, finding a location, editing it, grading it, I done everything. So I'm like,
doing too much.
6 or 7 roles. Yeah. I'm the producer of the video. I'm everything.
The manager.
No. So when I started managing, obviously I was only managing Louis. But by that time, with the videos, I had a guy that was a bit better with the camera than I was. And it worked better when I was just directing him. Yeah. So I did that video. I came back from LA. And the last thing I wanted to do was shoot videos again. Like the last thing I wanted to do. And it's like God this is like a God moment, innit? Where it's like, shoot your last video, shoot into, put directed by Morgan Keyz on it, put it out. And then overnight, it's like, you kind of never have to shoot a music video again because the management team. So it was like I said, I'd never want to shoot a music video again. Something in me said, just shoot this one. And then after that, I was a manager. Yeah. And any video I'd done after that, I did it out of love. Like I did it because I wanted to, not because I needed to.
Yeah. So what, did you still have that broke down camera that you used to like move around with? I remember you had this infamous camera with the crack down the screen. And I just think, fucking hell, Morgan, what kind of camera? You know, I remember one time you said to me, Hunt, I filmed Drake on this camera. Yeah. So you said to me, Hunt, I filmed Drake on this camera, so I'm kind of good. It does its job. I said, all right, cool, man. Didn't want to laugh too hard. You know what I mean?
My thing has always been, it goes back to the graffiti thing. My thing's never been about like the best equipment or the most shiny video. My thing was always about work rate. And I'm going to capture the greasiest aspects of your thing for your music, innit? And I'm going to make it look, I'm going to make people feel where you're from, not just who you are. Yeah. I want to go to your ends and make people feel where you're from. That was my thing. And it was like, I'm going to just do that as much as possible. And it wasn't quality. It was quantity over quality. Yeah. And I was never shit. So it was like never shit quality, but I knew I was never the best director. I was just going to always work the hardest.
Yeah, he's going to... You know what I'm saying, innit? We get the brick walls, we get certain things, innit?
I was the first one to like go and film the moss in the cracks of the walls, and bare directors started putting that shit in after me. Yeah. Like I was trying to
get the
build the make you feel like you've been to that estate. Yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
But yeah, so when I shot an Into thing, I was already hands off the cameras. But it was, again, it's just me and him, and I was editing it. So it wasn't like, the only thing was different was that someone else was actually holding the camera. Yeah. So yeah, I never really had to shoot another video after that. But I did. I shot some classics after that. But
give us some names like
Fredo, the N100. Yeah, that's a big one still.
That's massive, bro.
That's a big one still. But that's even another story of like, so let me explain the AandR thing, because I briefly said, none of the AandR jobs really worked out, And that was like none of my official jobs. So the Sony job, was early in this rap thing. So I was bringing my boss like Abracadabra, Young Bane. This is like 015.
What, just bringing their music in?
So like this is the new guy. Like, so let me give you a perfect example, of this is how the majors were at the time. They're probably like this now, but it's probably different. I brought in Abracadabra's Black Box freestyle.
Okay, yeah.
The robbery.
That's where robbery came from.
So I brought that in because I'm saying to him, this is popping off, I know it's not a song, but listen to it. It is a song. Yeah. He's writing hooks. Yeah. Like, this is a song, innit? Oh, no, I don't know. It's a bit chop off your hand and robbery, and it's a bit, I don't know, like, and I'm like, idiot. No. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, and bear in mind, 2015, no, J Hus isn't even, like, J Hus is just coming out. Okay, Lena Bop's out, and like, so I'm seeing where this can go, but they're not getting it.
They're not getting it,
The week after, the remix is out now. Krept and Conan's in it, on it, and Section Boys are in the video.
Oh, after you've done try to show them on.
I've showed them Robbery. They've said no in it. The amount of stuff I brought in and they said like no.
Yeah.
Was a lot. Like I'm talking like Abracadabra, Young Bane, Tion Wayne. I didn't even bring them in for meetings necessarily because my boss said no.
Oh,
like,
you just taken the music and
but in his defense,
did these guys even know that's what you was doing? Did they know that you've taken their stuff to the?
Nah, not necessarily.
You just
I knew them,
yeah,
but I didn't necessarily tell them because I don't want to tell them
and get their hopes
and then
up high.
They think Sony's gonna, and then my boss has done what he done, innit?
Yeah,
this is gonna explain why I got Nines his deal as well. I'll explain that in a sec. So I'm already
you got 90s deal
at XL Records. So let me explain the AandR thing because I didn't really work well at the labels, but everything I've done AandR in outside the labels has been cold and game changing. So the first AandR job I got was Sony. This is the guy that I'm bringing Tion, Abracadabra, Young Bane in. Yeah, the only person I brought in at that time that he fucked with differently was Central CEE.
Oh.
And this is when Central...
Bro, when you say these names and then Central CEE, it don't even make sense, bro. That's two different...
Timing.
It's two different times.
It's not, though.
Has he been around from then?
Been around, bro.
Nah,
Central was around 2016.
Nah, man. Yeah, Central CEE is not 2016, bro. You can't say Tion Wayne. You know, like the names you said, and then Abracadabra.
I promise you.
And then put like Central CEE. That mashes up my brain.
That's
you know what I'm
because
saying?
You discovered Central CEE when he done drill.
Yeah.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay, so I saw some videos.
I've known Central CEE
when he was doing wave music and stuff and that, and doing other, like, he wasn't Central CEE.
He was Central CEE.
Was his name Central CEE?
Central CEE, bro. And if you look at those videos, he hasn't changed his swag. He just grew up, and he really just he went trapping, bro. Like, and really grew up, and then came back and made music about it.
Okay.
So when I met him. This is how I know it was the same time because I've met Central CEE. He's posted a video while I'm living in LA, which is 2014 and 15 with Dre, yeah. He's posted a video and it's so West London. I just DM'd him and I was like, bro, you've actually made me miss West. Like, I'm in LA, I've been in LA for a few months and you've actually made me mad homesick.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the roads. You know how West looks.
Yeah.
So that's how we started talking. And then he's so ahead of his time, bro. He's probably 15 or 16 at these times, yeah. And he's printing t-shirts that say Central on them.
Okay.
And he's saying like, meet me at West 12 Centre. I'm selling merch. And like 60 girls will show up screaming.
Okay.
Like teenage girls around his age.
Yeah, he's done his thing then.
But he's not even really got music out. He's just like a popular person on the gram. He's got mad followers. He's making music and he's making merch. And he wants to be a musician and he wants to be a rapper. He's doing freestyles here and there, LinkUpTv, all of these. And but his music's more like singing. It's more wave rap.
It's like a wave.
But it's also like more just for girls. It's not even for the roads because these times he wasn't really on the roads like that.
Yeah.
So I've met him and I've seen the whole package for what it is, yeah. And genuinely just a really genuine person, innit? Like a proper cool person. To this day, proper cool person. And I was managing Western and I had just found Fredo and I was kind of managing Fredo.
Okay.
And it made sense. It felt like I was building a roster like Cinch.
LOUIS REY, Mozart.
Well, it was Western. Yeah, Western, Fredo, because I was managing Louis, but then eventually I managed Western free because the other two didn't have managers. So I had Cinch, and like I said, Sony actually wanted to they fucked with him.
What,
they
actually 15s?
Yeah, they like 16.
So
I think
when did he like bust on this? You know, like when's what's that song?
That was 2020.
What's that song with the horse? His most known one.
There was one before that, but Day in the Life.
Day in the Life.
That was 2020. That was pandemic.
Yes. So yeah, but how many years after? Sony?
5 years.
So they've wanted him from since 5 years before.
No, 4 years. Let's say 2016.
Rotted.
But for a completely different type of music, and not really like. Let me not lie and say they wanted to sign him. They wanted at the time they were doing things where they were like they'll do a deal, which it's not even a you don't even have to sign, but they'll give you a bit of peas every month to put into your music and like help you along the way, so that when you come around to signing your deal,
you've already,
even though all the labels are probably on you now, you've already built a connection.
It's called tapering, bro.
Basically,
that's what they do. Like that's what football agents do.
There you go.
You get into trouble for that shit.
There you go. You get me. I don't think you get trouble in music because the music
tapered up, like little side things, and you know.
So we even like shot a video together. I didn't direct it. I got someone else to direct it, but I got the piece from the label. We like shot a video that they were gonna like, but then the whole label situation, even just kind of disappeared overnight. So Epic just folded. Epic Records, which was under Sony, overnight there was like a change in like the managing director of Sony or something, and like bare people just got and labels got axed, everything. So it was like that happened, and I was out of an AandR job basically. So it wasn't even like I could bring any of these people to the label.
Okay, I get
and at the time, the only person they were fucking with that I had brought was Central. I'd brought AandR, I'd brought Tion, I'd brought Young Bane. But bear in mind, this is early doors for all of them. And so the Cinch thing kind of, we kind of didn't see eye to eye on some business for me to feel like I could move forward. So we went our separate ways, and we like in a cool way. And also it wasn't really working with me and Cinch because I was trying to manage him, but he was in Brighton doing like he just started going OT and just doing his little young thing, and I was in London trying to make bare shit happen, and it just didn't feel like I was. You were over there, I was here.
I can't see you, fam.
But the label wasn't working out for me, so I was like, cool. I've only got Western, and I kind of so it just didn't work out, and it for the better, because look at what he's gone on to do, innit? So at that time, I was thinking of bringing Nines in, playing Nines' music. Because I was thinking, all right, cool. He doesn't want the new young rappers who don't have the views. Maybe he wants the most certy rapper right now. I was thinking, I brought in like Young Bane, Tion, Abs. These are who I think are the next up. And they're not really fucking with it. So let me bring someone in who's a little bit more established. And then I've started kind of questioning whether I should even bring Nines in, because I was thinking like, I don't want to bring Nina in. I've actually got a friendship with Nina. Also, he's like not one of these new artists who I can just fuck around with. So I was thinking I can't bring him to Sony, where then once I sign him there, some old geezer who knows nothing about anything can just for some reason turn around one day and be like, nah, you're dropped. Or if Nina was to do something too crazy or whatever, like I don't want to put my brethren in that position.
I get what you're saying.
So I was randomly I had a meeting with Caroline. You know Caroline, who used to work at Grand Daily?
I heard the names. Some of the people, I only know their names, bro. I never got to, like, do you know what I'm saying? But you hear about the things that they do or who you need to go and, do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But go on.
So I met Caroline for lunch. She was working at Excel at the time. She had a little setup and an album called New Gen put out through Excel.
New Gen.
Do you remember that? It was a New Gen album. That was
there's a studio called New Gen as well, isn't it? Is that anything to do with it?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
New
No,
Gen.
I don't think it is.
Gets and that used to go there before.
Oh, maybe, maybe.
New Gen.
Back in the day.
And it was like a movement as well. Like
that was it. That was it. So I've had a meeting with her just on a music industry vibe, and I was telling her, like, these lot are not trying to sign anything I bring. Like, what do you think? Should I bring Nines there? But I said what I felt. Like, I was like, do you think I should bring Nines there? Yeah, considering the type of artist he is. Yeah, it could look bad on me if they were to fuck his thing up or like it was bad. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't think so, man. I don't think he should exist on a major. I was like, cool.
Why
and
didn't
I was
she
just
think
like,
that? Why didn't she think that?
because at that
his
time,
style though, innit?
at that time, remember, it wasn't really that. It wasn't like road rap. No road rap had a deal till like Fredo.
Yeah,
okay. But, okay, the only person that had a deal was Gigs, and that was at XL.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I get you.
So I said to her, you might as well sign him. He's the biggest thing. He's like XL signed Dizzy, they signed Gigs, and then they signed Nines, all in their height. So I was like, you might as well sign Nines. And she was like, it just wasn't on her radar, I don't think, at the time. She was like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think she knew much about Nines, to be honest. Because he weren't like a GRM artist, innit? And
he was on Sbtv. That's what you more knew about his.
Yeah.
I get it now.
So then at the time, I can't remember if the whole like viral video of Nines on the internet had happened at the time. I think it had. He was kind of like, nah. I'm talking about
a couple of them, man. The trainers. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Safe. No, you know what I'm saying, innit?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. There's good stuff and then there's bad stuff.
The bad video that went out.
Yeah.
And then a lot happened after that. In the ends, innit?
Yeah.
And he was kind of blackballed. So Nina was already coming around, man, because like people had stopped answering his calls and that. So he was already asking me to help him. So I went from XL Records to Nina's crib or to his trap house, in the ends. I just went to go link him. And by the time I got there, Caroline had already rung me and been like, do you know what? I'm thinking about it, Fucking do it, like, let's do it. So then I was like, rah. I didn't even really, when I said it, I didn't expect it to happen that quick, innit? Yeah. So I'm literally like, by the time I got to the trap house, I've already got a deal, basically. Like, they want to meet you, innit? So I've said to him, bro, XL want to meet you, And he basically said, fuck that, bro. Like, fuck, like, are you mad?
It's like his crop circle.
Yeah, he basically said, it was literally like a scene at a crop circle, bro. And he was like, basically told me like, birds are flying, bro. Like, fuck you talking about a deal kind of thing. And it took me like 3 days to convince him to even link them, innit?
Yeah.
And eventually he met them. Yeah, man, it happened, innit? He got the deal. He got the best deal that, like, the only other artist to get a deal from XL that, like, what he got, like a 50-50 deal, is the White Stripes. Do you know who, like,
that?
Like Jack White and like that? They're the big deal, innit? Like, massive, innit? And he got a 50-50 deal, so he felt like Jay-Z. And everything, the first 2 albums came out on XL, innit?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to build up your worth before you speak to the labels.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Because they know what he can do without. You know what I'm saying, innit? Like, his videos are going to look like, if he's signed or not signed, his videos look the same. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Like, they look the same, like, facts. Without being signed. So what are you going to bring to the, like, you've already got stuff. So when they come looking for you, they got to bring, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to compensate me because I can already do my video better than what you lot's can, the same at least. And you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, that was basically what his thing was. He was like, I don't want an advance. I want a 50-50 deal. And just like, no one's done that at XL, innit? So, that's probably still working out great for him to this day, innit?
Yeah. Probably got.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's why I say like my AandR, the success I've had as an AandR has been outside of my actual AandR job,
where you can't, like, you can only know about the credits of it. You know what I'm saying? In it, like, not like that, but you know what I'm saying. You know what you've done. That's why
I didn't sign XL. Yeah. I didn't sign Nines to XL because I wasn't working at XL, but I got the deal.
But you got the deal. You took him there, innit? You spoke to them. No, but that's what that makes this pod even more credible, because you're a credible person and you've come on and said stuff that no one didn't know that. Only you and Nina know. Yeah. Only you and Nines know that. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? So now we've made it public for everyone to know. Do you understand? And that's what it's about, fam. Just like connecting the dots and just talking about the past and bigging up people for what they've done.
When I come here to do this, I didn't actually even think that we was going to talk about that kind of stuff, but it makes sense, man.
It makes sense. It's all part of the journey. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? So what else? What other magical moments have you had in this
So
time?
the next thing, the other thing I would mention is like in terms of AandRing and having success outside of my AandR jobs, finding Fredo, shooting Day in 100 for him, picking. He sent me like, so big up Mouth, his manager.
Yeah, Mouth. I know Mouth.
CEO Mouth. He sent me like 12 tracks one day, to my email. Me and Danae are in a cab on the way to East London to Buck. Big Tobes.
Okay.
Remember Big Tobes?
Yeah, of course.
And I can't remember the producers that we were in the cab, and I was like, I'm gonna run some tunes. Mouth's just sent me some songs, I didn't know what they were, who they were, whatever. The first tune man played was Day in 100.
Day 100.
Me and Daneo,
Bad boy track.
Me and Daneo looked at each other and was like, blood, are you listening to this? And we couldn't believe it. It was like one of those, like you hear something that I don't know the guy's name. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah.
I just know this is mad.
Yeah.
And then I played the rest of the songs, and none of them lived up to Day in 100. Like some of them were cold. It was basically a lot of the tracks from the first mixtape.
Yeah.
Get Rich or Get Recalled.
Yeah.
But none of them were as cold. Like none of them were ready to go in it, in my opinion, in it. So I shouted Mouth and I was like, bro, this is the one. We have to go. And he was like, that's what we was already thinking still. I was like, cool. Well, if in case you needed clarification, let's go, bro.
Yeah.
And I had a vision for the video. I knew it needed to be in black and white. I knew that. No, furthermore, when I've hit Mouth and I'm being
like a block party, innit, or something, innit?
Yeah, it was basically like Messiah.
Yeah.
I just recreated Messiah, but in the nighttime.
Yeah.
And made it black and white.
Yeah, had all the bottles. I remember the white shirt. It's all white, innit?
Yeah.
White Porsche or something like that.
White Porsche, exactly. Yeah. But so when I shouted Mouth, I was like, firstly, who is this? And he was like, Fredo. And he sent me a picture. And I knew him from the ends. Obviously, he's in the back of all the Rattling videos. Man's been seeing him at the chip shop. Like last time I see him, genuinely was at the chip shop. And he was like, what, do you still do videos? And I was like, I didn't know he was thinking about himself.
So you just giving him that, like,
I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So I know. So obviously, I know him who he is, but I also know that he's one of these man that in the ends he's just a little star, innit? He's trapping. He's got his little chain. It's real. He's got diamonds in his chain. Like a certain age, innit? So on the gram he's popping. Them man are doing pictures in like matching Burberry drops, like how the Chirac youths used to do it, and like he's a. I don't want to say he's an influencer because he might actually be pissed off if I said that, but he's like a hood influencer, innit? A lot of trappers are, innit?
Yeah.
So I already knew he kind of already had the same thing that I saw in Cinch. It's like a star quality, innit? Yeah. So I was like, if the music's good and you got the star quality, I don't see
what else you need.
All you need is the work rate. So I started helping them, and once I kind of knew who he was, I said, I know exactly what the video needs to look like, because I always, being from Harrow Road, I always kind of wish I had shot Messiah, because Messiah put man on the map. Messiah put our ends on the map, innit? And it was such a cold video for its time. And I shot Rattling's next video.
Okay.
But even though I went to school with Rattling, I didn't know him like that to shoot Messiah. So I was always a bit pissed that LinkUp got Messiah. So I was like, this is my chance. Funny enough, I didn't even I put it on LinkUp, because things had changed by that point, innit? But I just knew what it needed to look like. I was like, it needs to be black and white. Pepstar had just shot a video in black and white, and I said that was what made me. I was like, I want to shout out Pep, 100%. Shout out Kirk, Poet's brother, because he was actually my cameraman for Day 100. Shout him out.
Everyone's like had something to do with something. You know what I'm saying, innit, fam? Like we all have some sort of tie with each other.
100%.
Because you're saying names, and I know that you should know them. Obviously, where we are, you should know these people, yeah? But it's like, oh, no, but they did work with me, and then,
even I know Yasmin, Yasmin let us in. When you said Yasmin, I was thinking in my head it could be one of two people.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
And it was one of them.
When I heard her voice the first time, I thought, what girl's hair? What are you talking about? You know, like in my head, I know in my head, I'm expecting to hear a voice. And then after I thought, oh, that's why I didn't know what I was going to say to her, you know, when I rang the buzzer again. I was just going to like say to her, like, look, let me in.
Just let me in, bruv.
Just let me in and let's sort it out. Like, allow the embarrassment. You know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on from that.
So Day in 100 come out, and I was basically managing Fredo with Mouth. But it was just a loose arrangement, bro. Yeah. He didn't really know. None of them really knew what they wanted in music or whatever. So I helped them put out Day in 100. So he went back to jail after Day in 100.
Get rich or get recalled.
Yeah, he went jail.
Literally.
And when he was in jail, he shouted, man, and he's like, I've got a mixtape. It's called Get Rich or Get Recalled. Here's the track listing. Here's the thing. Like, I want it out this week. You can't just put out music but I had a pattern with a specific distribution that I could put it out in 2 days. But at that time, it was really a 2-week thing, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, we managed to get that out in the week while he was in jail. That went like, I think it went number 17 in the independent album chart.
Yeah.
And he basically got his deal and everything, all his offers based off of how that did. How all when he came out of jail, we shot video like that with Caleb Dennis, and that was when all the record labels started shouting him. And then I was never meant to manage none of these people. It was like I was like in their life at a certain time to help them transition.
Yeah.
And I got paid for it each time, and I'm glad now that I don't manage them. Because I don't really want to be a manager like that for them.
Kind of headache, isn't it?
Do you get me? It's a different role than I want to take in the industry, innit? So, I've just been at these people's careers at pivotal moments showed them the ropes and how to go.
That's why they will forever remember you.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of success as an AandR, and it's weird because it's not at the record labels, innit? It's more just like on the like I'm a street AandR. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But even like bringing you to Jamal and getting you on a warm-up session, that's AandRing. Yeah, because I was an AandR for Sbtv.
That's effectively what you did.
Yeah.
Like, you just said, I didn't ask you, you know. You said, Hunt, you want to do a warm-up? Of course I want to do a warm-up. That's what you're talking about. We just did Out of Control. We just did that the one with LOUIS REY. We did that video, after we got it done with Propane and Raw's Artilla. And we did another video with Tibbs. Super Tibbs.
Yes.
Me, Propane, and Super Tibbs. Kings and Queens. So,
and you know, cool. Tibbs, mad. Tibbs, like, knew my brother. Because my brother used to be around Finsbury Park. And back in the day, like, when he was young, he used to be doing his thing up in Finsbury Park. So, Tibbs and that knew him. I didn't even know he knew my brother.
Yeah. But I remember he brought us, we did that video. So, in my head, I'm thinking, man, but I need to get, like, you know, like, when, like... You know what I'm saying? A behind bars or a warm up. Like, if you do a warm up, you need to get to the F64. Warm up is just a warm up. It's not just a warm up.
That was kind of.
But that's the. You get a warm up, then F64.
That was the branding. I came up with warm up sessions. Like, I remember it because Jamal was like,
we got the new guys.
Jamal came up with F64, and that started popping
Fresh
off.
64.
And he was like, I need something else. I need like
I
need a level that you do before the F64s. And I remember it was like December and it was freezing, And I was like, we just do another, we do like another freestyle series, innit? And he's like, what can we call it? And I was thinking of like, what is like...
He's heating up, you know, like
what's like someone like what do you do before you work out? Like what do you do before you get on the pitch?
Warm up, innit?
Warm up. But then it was freezing, bro. Yeah. It was freezing, and I was like, warm up sessions because we're warming. I need to warm up.
You need to warm up, innit?
Yeah, but it was like a warm up.
You can't get F64 unless your warm up is warm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put in works on that first bit of training. Like, that's what that is, and then you can get the thing.
There you go.
So us as rappers, we all know them kind of things, innit? So I'm trying to get from the video world into the. Do you understand? Like, I've got the videos now. I can get videos. I've got access. Let me get on the. To get on, so you have to go through the process and all that, innit? But yeah, that's effectively what you did do by even bringing me Do you understand? Because you just phoned me one day out of the blue, like, yeah, just meet me at Shoreditch.
See, I don't even remember.
Meet me at Shoreditch. Like, yeah, where though? Like, yeah, just meet me here. Cuz, cool. Like, for real? Like, yeah, cuz, just meet me there. And then I got there and I phoned you and he's like, yeah, we're just eating. We're round the corner, but we're just eating. So I'm thinking, all right then. So where shall I go? He goes, yeah, just wait around, cuz, we're coming.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, I see you lots just coming, like, but like not like in a rush. Like you just coming, like you was doing stuff in the area.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying, innit? Like,
I think it was one of them ones, where
it's just a day.
No,
day in the life.
I always had it in my head. Certain people needed warm-up sessions, but Jamal shot all the warm-up sessions. It was one camera. F64s was both of us. So he was cutting around doing so many more warm-up sessions than I was involved in. But I think that day probably
you just wanted to bring your people to the table.
I think
as well.
He was doing a couple in the area.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you know what?
I got a few people.
Because I did that for a few people. Matt Miller, Rugrat, a few people still.
Like, yeah, come. And then he's like, yeah, then, yeah.
Because he trusted man's ear anyway.
Yeah. He said, yeah, go there. But fucking hell, he don't like me or something, innit? Like that's how I felt. But then after, when he said, no. Like, after I did the one take, that's what made me feel like, I've passed. Like, in terms of, like, at least, like, he was like, yeah, man. He like, mellowed. You know what I'm saying, innit? Like, yeah. I'm, like, thinking, fucking hell, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Then after, like, yeah, one take, yeah, man, that was decent, man. Now he's giving me a better. Yeah, because you could have brought him, man. Yeah, you could have brought him some garbage. You know what I'm saying, innit? You could have brought him someone that's like taking 5 takes or something.
You'd be surprised, bro. We shot F64s, that took like 52 takes, and
how?
I won't ever say the names, innit?
Yeah,
but
how? No, them ones like I know you get nervous though. We
rappers
do all get nervous, but
that to this day are still big. Took a lot of times, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of times, bro.
No,
I remember some of them were like. Maybe we should try this another day, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't think we ever did. I think we always got it in the end, didn't it? We stuck around till we got them, but yeah, those were mad days, bro.
That's frustrating. I get mad with them. You're meant to be this person, like, come on, man, get it together. You know them.
I hear you still.
Get it together.
But yeah, I don't. A lot of that time I don't remember. So it's good to hear that I shouted you for like. It reminds me that I was like.
No, you was like.
I was always actively like just trying to really make the scene bigger, bro. Like that's why
when
all I
you
ever
hollered
wanted.
at me and said about Louis.
That's
why I felt compelled. Like, cool, yeah, let's hear him. You know, like, and then when I heard him, it's like, oh, that you made it even better, because he's actually good. But like,
I wouldn't have wasted your time.
But the favor you was calling in from me, it's like I was gonna have to contemplate the favor now. You know, like, let me hear him. All right, cool. He's not my level yet. That's what I would have been. You know, the ones. It's not levels, but cool. Morgan, cool. Do you get what I'm saying in it? So I would have done it anyway. But he was like, nah, but he's
cold.
He's cold.
So what? See the song you lot done, yeah. Whose tune was it?
My tune.
Your tune, innit? Yeah. With Raws
and Propane.
Propane and Louis. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's what, I'll be honest with you, that's why when you shouted man for this, no question.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, I even said to you, like, I'm not really in a place to be on camera and talking right now, yeah. Just like, I'm just in a very personal place right now, yeah. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, do you know what? Furthermore, Hunt actually come through for man differently. Like, you and Joe Black were the first 2 artists
to do stuff.
I
always
with
say
Louis
that to
still.
people. Like, but like in Louis, all fairness to him, he always likes my stuff. Till this day. Do you understand? When I post things, he still likes the stuff. The other day I bring out a song. You know, like, as you know, we still do our little music on the sideline. You know them ones, because for me it's more therapy than me trying to blow. I'm just doing my music. You get me?
Yeah.
But he took one of my songs and played it in his car.
Okay.
Played it in his car and filmed a video of him rapping the lyrics that he's just learned.
That's because he'll never forget, you know.
Because I know I'm looking at him thinking, go on, blood. You know, spudding him through the camera. Like, I needed that little, you know, like that little, because the amount of people that then sent me messages like, raw, the guy from Western. Like, but like, I know him before he was the guy from Western, but that's how it goes. It's a give and take thing, innit?
You can even on a Throwback Thursday slap up the video of you two, man.
That's what
people don't even know that exists.
I've put a clip of it on, because I do the Instagram for the Golden Era as well. So I'm getting old school songs and stuff. So anytime I've put up Louis Ray, it's like, raw, man's all said, raw, that's LB. They didn't, Do you understand? They ain't correlating the thing, but that's the beauty of it, fam. And that's why you're here, because man's called in the old school favour from all of them times. Do you get what I'm saying, innit?
Facts. I've been asked to do a lot of podcasts, and I'm not even putting that out there to like diss anyone, but I've told them I'm just not even
in that.
I haven't got like I'm not trying to promote nothing. But what I like about your podcast is it's not about the future. It's about the golden era, and I can talk about that all day long.
All day long.
And also, it's you. And I said to you, when I do my first podcast, it's gonna be you, bro.
No.
And I appreciate that 100%. Because I'll never forget that. And that's what Louis. That's why Louis is doing what he does. He'll never forget that. I'll be real. You might be the only song that came out of him. Furthermore, you put him on your song, so that's like a different level. Like Joe Black and Score Beezy are two artists back then that gave man a verse for Louis. Yeah. And we never actually put the music out because he never put out his solo music like that. Yeah. But you actually put him on your song. Still.
You know what I'm saying? And then I sent for Propane, because I thought, right, this is a good opportunity as well. Like, I know that, like, at the end, we'll probably film the video for this as well. So, come, bro. Like, and then he's like, okay, cool. So, Sbtv, yes. Like, Morgan Keyz, okay, Louis, he's decent. Hunt said, all right, cool. Everyone benefited from it.
Yeah. I see Raw's had an episode of this as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
I see that still.
Do you know what I'm saying? Calling in for the old school favours, fam. And I'm not forgetting people, neither. I'm drawing for everyone that I remember. Like, I don't have to have known you or have had to have spoken to you. I just remember hearing do you get what I'm saying? You're eligible to come here and tell your story, man.
Yeah.
But like, cuz, man, I feel like we've gone through like loads, but there's always more, man. So like, is there anything else? You know, like, what are you doing now? What's new? What's next?
Do you know what? I stopped managing 2 years ago. I basically left the music industry. I can never leave the music industry because I'm Morgan Keyz and like I can always go back into it. But like, I'd left it as in I gave myself some distance from it because it was getting super toxic for me. Yeah. And also I had a lot of shit going on in my life, personal life, family, where the music industry is crazy. It will make you start thinking that you're doing this for all of them. And leave me alone because I'm working hard and I'm doing my thing and I'm doing it for all of us.
Yeah. But we're not seeing you. But they're not seeing you.
They're not, because they're not even getting to spend time with you. Yeah, they're not even really you, like you're not building no relationships with these people. So I kind of clocked that during the pandemic, and certain things, just lots of things happened at the same time, and I stopped managing and I've just gone to like on my own journey of like what I want to do next. So I've been shooting videos. I shot something for Trapstar Toxic the other day. I shot something for Deneo at Carnival.
Okay,
shot something for Don Midgie.
Or something in it. I saw
that.
It
was just like
I saw a clip of that.
48 hours in Carnival with Deneo, basically, and like how important he is to like black culture in the UK. From kids to grannies, like everyone sings Deneo. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's like a close friend of mine in the industry. And I shot the Don Midgie video when he came out of jail. He was on the case with Nines.
Okay.
He came out and done it. So I've been doing bits and bobs, but I've been actually just like working on myself. Started meditating, started exercising, started eating better, started spending time with my family. The important shit. Because I was like, if I'm ever gonna go back into music and do another 10 years of that,
need to like
I need to like change my lifestyle, because I was eating badly. I was all over the place, bro. We were touring the world. Like one day we were in Florida, the next day we were in China. We're doing shows like Western. People don't really know, Western actually do shows all over the world. Like I'm talking, we've been to Guadeloupe, China, Dubai, Kenya, Nigeria, all over Europe. There's not a place in Europe we ain't done. They're just doing a tour in Canada now. Okay. To this day, they're doing like this month. They're doing a tour in Canada. We've been to LA, all over the place. Like, so I was just like flying around, managing, AandRing. I had my radio show at one point on Rinse, the UKRAPSHOw.
Yeah. You brought us on there.
Yeah. Of course I did. Yeah. See,
Westy, Squeaks,
now. Yeah. There was Squeaks there. Squeaks weren't there.
Maybe he might have been.
I don't think Squeaks ever done man's show still.
I just know that we all went there, man.
Yeah, it was a
we might have
couple
been
of
there
you.
though, man, because Westy's there.
Yeah.
Westy's there, then Squeaks is usually, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
I just remember we all came like to do. Yeah, we all did a freestyle because you did another freestyle with someone else that was like the big one. It felt like that was the big one. If you get what I'm saying, that was the one that got noticed at the time. You get me?
Yeah, my rinse show was a bit of a weird one. It was at a weird time when I actually was like convincing them that they needed a UK rap show. This was early UK rap. What? Not that early, but like 2012. Nines is big. Krypton Conan. Nah, it's way after 2012. It's like 2016 or something. But things were starting to chart. I think Krypton Conan were just charting at that time. So I was saying to them, yo, like, you Rinse have a show for every other type of
Genre,
underground music that UK exists except UK rap. And look, Nines is getting millions of views. Krypton Conan are topping the charts. Like, so they understood the vision. Eventually, it actually took me like a year or two to get that show. And then by the time I got it...
Would you ever go back and do it?
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the UK rap show, but I don't know. I don't think it will be a Rinse FM. I think it needs to be somewhere else. So I need to think about that still. But I would like to do that because it was pretty legendary, man. Yeah. We had like Pot of Paper on there. He had an epic freestyle. Well. He was on the run when he done that. You know, he went jail. Obviously, he just come out and he's doing well now. He was on the run when he actually done that freestyle. Yeah. Benny Banks done a freestyle. There's a Central CEE freestyle. I had Dutch Avelli on there, Rush, and Taze when they were together. Like a lot of people that went on to do mad stuff had a UK rap freestyle. Yeah. So that's what made me think I should bring it back. It was definitely ahead of its time.
Check that out and see if I can put some links in for the people as well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Or even just throw them up. But there's like you'd be surprised, bro. Like people,
that's what I'm saying.
Like Central's one's only got 30K. It's like way before he. It's
way before, yeah.
Dutch's thing is way before he.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna go and find the stuff. Because the years you're telling me, I didn't even know these guys existed in them years. So that makes them eligible to at least even be on the Instagram. Do you get what I'm saying, innit? And then I can do more research. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, man's a Highlander, fam. So it's like it's 100 years all crammed into. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like a vision of 1 year. So it's like, you can say, you just said to me, 2012. And
no, it wasn't 2012.
But I'm saying, you said 2012, and I was like, yeah. But you said, no, it wasn't. It's 2016. And really, we should meant to be able to differentiate between the two times. You know what I'm saying, innit? But it's like, it could have been because it's all crammed into...
It's just my memory, bro. Yeah. Just certain events...
It's all crammed in, bro. It's all just like, because you've been through so many years of so many things. It's like, sometimes it's hard to like put it in the timeline. But you know that we did, you did it.
100%.
That's the most important thing. Do you get what I'm saying, innit?
100%, man.
But fam. Anything else you wanna...
Nah, I don't think so, man. I think we've touched on everything.
Touched on most of the stuff.
In terms of UK rap, Sbtv, the UK rap show, my AandR in, Fredo, Nines,
Management,
Central, Management, Western, all there.
You know
that's kind of what I've done. The next chapters to be written, bro.
To be written and stuff, innit? And of course, like this is like a never-ending story. So if we turn the camera off right now and then you say, Hunt, man, there's always a part 2.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's always opportunity to do more things down the line, innit? And I feel like the people should be, you lot should be happy at home. I'm not gonna lie, because you wouldn't see this guy. You wouldn't see him, fam. You wouldn't even see him. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the truth.
Yeah, no, I don't do this kind of thing still.
You don't see him on pods, so to hear the story and like I'm learning things that I didn't know, even though I know. Does that make sense? It's like hearing it, like, okay, so that's how it worked.
It's behind the scenes shit, isn't it?
Behind the scenes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's behind the scenes.
Bare Gems was dropped. Like, man, I feel like we're gonna end it on a great note. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's your boy HUN Tizzy. This is the Golden Era UK Rap Podcast with
Morgan Keyz.
Yeah, big up yourself until next time.